marching forward, no soul to save. Bulldozers wrath, tearing apart. Exceptionalism, fire in the heart.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you all are having a mostly neutral, or at least enjoyable, or at least neutral Monday evening. Welcome to the Dozer Den. If you have not yet, smash that like button. Go ahead and give it a good thumping. Caress the like button. Lean in real close to that like button. Whisper sweet nothings in its ear. Do a big, deep. Oh, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to be like creepy Uncle Joe Biden. Don't sniff the like button, but you must pound the like button. And I get it, you might get excited about the like button from time to time. I do too. If you do, have to hit it more than once. Make sure you hit it at least thrice. If you hit it twice, it cancels it out. You don't want to do that. You want to be a proud killdozer here in the Dozer Den. Speaking of proud killdozers here in the Dozer Den, I see a bunch of people over there on pill.net. What is up, Mr. Joe Man, General Samuel Fields, D Doodle? Thank you guys for the red pills and the reposts. And yes, I know I haven't fixed the D. We gotta fix the D, guys. They make a pill for that. We'll get it there. We'll get it there. The logo is close. It's close. Lady Dozer's my assistant. She's supposed to be working on that. She forgot. And I forgot to remind her. It's all right, though. I could have done it, too. But I was very busy. Merry Christmas to everybody. Yes, D-Doodle. Merry Christmas indeed. And hello, everybody over there on Rumble, Sanglant, Late Night Ramblings, Laura Blades, Bartavello, Tim Finman, and Bright Gaming. Hello, each and every one of you amazing killdozers here in the Dozer Den. We are on Rumble. We're on Pill.net. Get you a dose of the good stuff on Pilled. What is that? It is the truth. Can you handle it? I think you can. On Rumble, we're fighting for freedom. We're extreming tonight. Over there, Bulldozer74 on the X Machine. If you haven't followed me there, you should go ahead and follow me. I get in fights with cultists and commies on the X Machine. It's a good time. It's a damn good time. Honk honk from Canada. Oh, Canada. America's hat. You guys, don't worry about you guys. I really do. I really do. We're also on BitChute and the dozerden.locals.com. Guys, very free ways to support the channel. You can smash a like button, comment in the comment section, repost the stream here on Rumble, on Pill.net, on X. You can share the stream out with your loved ones, friends, family, ex-girlfriends, boyfriends, Caesars, and friends. I'm not really judging, okay? Just keep it consensual between adults and preferably behind closed doors. What's up, Prince of the Air Jr.? You could also follow the channel if you haven't done so already. We're kind of hanging out at 1,140-ish on the user profile, including the channel. We've got 1,200, but I don't feel like it's actually 1,200 until we hit 1,200 on the user profile too. That's okay though. Maybe I'll start streaming from the other from the channel too. I don't know. I wish I could just merge them. Honestly, the followers that might not be following here, if they could be merged onto this, but I feel like I've left them out in the cold because I don't stream to the channel very often. But speaking of not free ways to support the channel, you can donate to the Dozer Den through Rumble Rants, through donations over on Pilled. There's all different kinds of ways to donate over on Pilled. You can subscribe on Pilled, subscribe here on Rumble. For a measly $5 a month, you can support the Dozer Den on a monthly basis. One of the cool things you get when you subscribe on Bulldozer74 here on Rumble, you get access to a plethora of wondrous, stupendous, fantabulous emotes, some animated, some not, hopefully all at least a little bit entertaining. Oh, Rumble stumbling. Is it now? Let me check. Potar Jr. Let's give it a look. Let me see. I got to figure out how to stream to both at once. I can't until I get more. I'm streaming currently. I am on locals. It'll stream for 30 minutes, saying Lant, but I have been told that I'm not important enough to stream to locals for longer than 30 minutes. Prince of the Air Jr. with a slap of that peach. What's up, salty zipper tits over there on pill.net? Thank you for the follow over there. Appreciate you. But yes, that's one of the emotes that you'll get access to if you subscribe. You can't. It looks like it's not stumbling on my end. Should be going. Both rumbles. Oh, stream to the channel and, huh? That's interesting. Oh my goodness gracious! Look at that, salty zipper tits coming over there on Pilled, donating $2. My God. Thank you so much for that donation. I appreciate the heck out of you. Guys, if you didn't know, any stream that we do, if we hit $50 worth of donations, I'll put on a fancy hat. This is the hat that started it all. It's a great hat. It's a wonderful hat. Delightful hat. Harry Toe hates it. There is the Patriot hat, of course. Macaroni, because you put a feather in your cap, call it macaroni, right? That's what Yankee Doodle said. What's up, Sam Duty, over there on on YouTube. I forgot we're on YouTube tonight, too. Hooray. There is a cat, yes. There's a cat. She's gone now. She's the same colors as the ducky. There's a duck cow on the bed. Thank you for that donation, though. $2. It's great, guys. Thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate the heck out of that. It's goldonpill.net.
I love gold.
Nice. Very, very nice. Yes, the YouTube. The kitty will be back at some point, most likely. Most likely. If you guys are wondering why I wasn't streaming on Saturday night for the Dozer Den DJ Hour, which I will be making the Dozer Den DJ Hour up tomorrow night, because guess what? I have... Thanks, Trump. We got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off. Huzzah! Holidays, y'all. So Tuesday night is like a Friday night for me. So I will be able to stay up late and have a darn good time with you awesome killdozers here in the Dozer Den. And I gotta make it up to you. I gotta make it up to you guys. You want to know one of the reasons I gotta make it up to you? Because my mother-in-law, we had our Christmas, by the way, this weekend at mother-in-law and father-in-law's. And I was gifted a bottle of Double Oaked Woodford Reserve. We still have some Jeffersons to finish off. That'll go quickly. I might go ahead and just pop this open on Tuesday night. I don't know. But we will be having the Dozer Den DJ Hour on, tomorrow night. And then on Saturday one, because why not? Why not? We need all the Dozer Den DJ Hours this week. It's going to be a twofer, guys. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. It'll be long streams. Long ones. But it's going to be a good time. Oh, yes. I wonder because you should go late and drink. Yes, I do. General Samuel Fields. But if you want to know why I wasn't present on Saturday evening, let me pull up the Discord. By the way, the link to the Discord is in the description. But I want to show you guys what I was doing, because we didn't get home until after 9 o'clock on Saturday evening from mother-in-law's Christmas festivities. All the presents, all the stuff, and then the elves, because sometimes you got to have Santa has to make a delivery early. Okay, that's what we were saying. The elves were working long into the night. Started at about 9:30ish when we got the kids to bed, 9:40 maybe. And I was a bit grumpy. You can ask Lady Dozer. I was a bit grumpy about it because it was cold, guys. It was 38 degrees and it was windy. All right. But we had something that we had to put up, a large box, which she dropped me off because I switched over because I usually drive Miss Daisy, as is customary. That's what we do. She drove from the gas station back to the house so that I could jump out real quick. It was a rolling stop. I had to roll a little bit, got up, ran, deadlifted the swing set up off of the front porch with the little plastic straps that go around it. It was a good deadlift. It was pretty good form. I used legs, not much back. Pretty good lift. I don't even know how much that thing weighs. But it was a chunk. It's a whole swing set with all the stuff. I'm going to guess probably around 150 pounds maybe of metal and other things. But I did, I lifted it up and took it to the backyard and then had to do a couple things inside. The elves had to move. And we worked on that after the kids went to bed, guys. Let me show you what we did. Because we did a thing. Excuse me. The elves, they were cold elves. Happy but cold elves. Let's see. Fat tip. Look into berberine. It naturally increases metabolism. It's amazing. You will drop weight. It is the healthy Ozempic. Interesting. I might look into that. Fat tips. I could look into it for some people that I know. I mean, hell, I could lose another 20 pounds and I'd be good. Do not take Gila Monster Venom. No, Mr. Joe Man. No. Stop yelling. Everybody's yelling on Pilled. Oh my gosh. What is up? Let's see. I don't think I had anybody new pop up. 38 degrees is beautiful. Yeah, it's nice until you're in a humid area with a lot of moisture in the air and it's windy. Okay. One of the most Midwestern things one can say is, man, if it wasn't for the wind, it wouldn't be that bad. It's true, though. It's so true. Oh, God. Salty Cap Mafia. Always the caps. Always the caps. We have a B. There you go. Plus, you're old. Hey, it happens. That's how time works. You get older. But I will show you guys what I was working on, why I wasn't present on Saturday, and I felt bad about it, but I kind of had to get this done. This was at like 1:30 in the morning. Guys, 1:30 in the morning. This is where we were. We got quite a bit done. There was still a slide. There was still a slide that needed to be finished. And so, at 2:30-ish, 2:15, 2:20, something like that, we were finally done with it. Slide up. Just look at it. Look at the gloriousness that is. There was a bow Lady Dozer had ready to go. I still need to cut down that dead tree. That'll happen at some point in life. But look at that. We got a little saucer swing, a little stand-in swing, 2 little swings there, the tandem one, and a slide. Now, I will say, for a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old, that's a little small. It is. The boy, he's almost 3 years old. He's having a blast with it. And honestly, even the 10-year-old and the 8-year-old are having a magnificent time. Okay? You could have waited. It's in the 70s now. No, we couldn't. We had to get it done now. Kids are home. Well, they're homeschooled anyways. But the plan was, okay, Sam Duty, the plan. There was a plan. And then God said, no. You know what? That's what God does with your best laid plans, right? He goes, shh, shake it up. You shouldn't have done that. The plan was Friday. We took the kids over to Nana's, and we were expecting the playset to be here Friday in the middle of the day. And I was going to get off of work a little bit early, come home, and Lady Dozer and I were going to have at least the warmth of the sun a little bit, maybe a little bit less wind. And we were going to put that swing set up, and it was going to be glorious and grand. But alas, it showed up at noon on Saturday, and we put up the swing set, and it was cold. It was very cold. What is up, Hamburglar Helper? Good to see you. Thanks for joining this episode of the Dozer Den. Smash the like button, guys. Do all the things. We're $48 away from Fancy Hat Goal. We can get there any stream, guys. Any stream. And we are doing a Dozer Den DJ Hour stream tomorrow night, Hamburglar Helper. So we will have the tunes. Guys, if you didn't know, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9 p.m. Central. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, we do about 3 to 4 news topics with palate cleansers sprinkled about because you got to break up the monotony, right? Saturday streams, we usually have 1 topic, maybe 2, but for the most part, we're hanging out. It's a decompressed stream, a chill stream, a relaxing stream for you awesome killdozers here in the Dozer Den because you got to get away from the bullcrap of the world sometimes. And of course, we take music video requests for the Dozer Den DJ Hour, where you can rock out with your cock out, jam out with your clam out. Those are the only 2 options. If you're intersex, I ask that you please pick a fucking lane. Just pick a lane, okay? Look at this. We have a thing. There you go. Thanks, Third Rail Politics, for making that. I love it. It works well. What's up, Sertorius01? Good to see you. If the kids aren't freezing to the slide, it's plenty warm. True. What does a light bulb mean? What light bulb? Is there another light bulb? Am I missing a light bulb? Oh, is it what is that? Is that a hamster humping a mouse? It's a mouse. It's a hamster humping a mouse. It should be a mouse humping a mouse. That would make more. That would be like species appropriate. I feel dirty now. It is a sticker on pill.net, by the way. What's up with the plasma beings? Oh, just wait a minute, Botar Jr. We're gonna get there. Don't you worry, guys. We have some topics we're gonna discuss tonight. Enough of the updates on my life in the Dozer Den household, at all. Trying to follow without leaving. I'm confused. I don't know. Light bulb up top on pill.net. I am confused. You mean lighter? Oh. How'd you get oh, no, I did not get the lighter back. I'm pretty sure that's in Oklahoma. Or in my brother's car somewhere. But I don't think he stole it. He smoked cigarettes, but he did not steal my lighter. At least I don't think he did. He might have. But, oh, you got the red pill. There you go. Thanks, Mr. Joeman. It's a mouse humping a mouse. Why do you think it's a hamster? Because it doesn't have a tail. It does not have a tail. Unless it's a mouse without a tail. Oh wait, the tail's hiding around the mouse. Okay, okay, it is an interspecies. Okay, okay, that's you know what? God approved. It's not interspecies, General Samuel Fields. It is not interspecies. I apologize for being mistaken about my identification of the rodent. It is a mouse humping a mouse. It's delightful. Oh, he's talking about the bulb. Scroll back down. Next to your name. I think that's for notifications, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. If it's on Rumble, it should be the bell for notifications. By the way, hit the bell. That way you get notifications when I go live. It should do it automatically, but it might not. You told me you would go look for it. Oh, the lighter. You did say you would go look for my lighter. It's probably in a gas station parking lot somewhere. Probably in that dang McDonald's that goes over the state. If I was going to guess. I don't know. I do have a lighter, though. It's not the lighter, but it is one of the ones. It is a part of my stocking stuffer. Lady Dozer got me 3 Murica lighters. Look at that beautiful bald eagle. It says Murica. Yes. Yes. It's not the UFO lighter, but it's a good lighter. Gets the job done, darn it. Gets the job done. But anyways, that's right, Murica. We have some topics that we're going to discuss tonight. First off, the Pentagon is partnering with xAI for general AI dot something or other. Not much information out on that today. It looks like the xAI and the Department of War have been kind of partnering since earlier this year, like July of this year. So when I was trying to look up an article to flesh out a little bit more information on this topic, I had to go to Microsoft. Brave wasn't giving me anything current. Microsoft Edge, edging on Microsoft Edge. It's where my pill.net chat is right now. Yes, a dancing lighter. Very nice. Very nice. But why did I just do that? Okay, good. Made in China. Most likely, yes, it's BIC. Is it made in China? Let me check. It might be made in the USA. It says BIC USA Inc. Shelton, Connecticut. Don't you talk shit. Okay? You talking shit, Hamburger Helper on BIC? BIC said no. America. Maybe. Huh. Looks like this actually might be made in America. Good job, BIC. Now this, most likely made in China or Thailand. Let's see. It should be on the blade, right? Nope. It says it is a steel blade, 3CR13 steel blade. It has an eagle on it. It doesn't have a made in spot, though. I don't know. I don't know where that knife is made. But apparently the America lighter is made in America. So we're going to talk about the Pentagon partnering with the xAI. Could it be something great? Could it be a dystopian nightmare for the future? I hope it's the former and not the latter. But, well, we don't have a Fourth Amendment right to privacy anyways, so that's a myth. That's something of the past that, you can look back and think fondly upon. The good old days. The good old days, guys. Next topic of the evening, we are going to discuss the DOJ suing DC to protect the Second Amendment. Well, how about you, Scam Blondie, actually doing something worth a damn for once? I like it. I don't trust her ass, though. So, just saying. It sounds good. It sounds good, but we'll see. She hasn't demonstrated a fondness for the Second Amendment in the past, so we'll get there, I suppose. Maybe this is positive progress. Maybe, the DOJ is going to be doing things to protect the Second Amendment. Maybe they could help that guy in New York that was making parts for himself, and New York decided to say, screw you, you can't do that, and put him in prison. He's just an upstanding member of society. But then Letitia James, peekaboo, that biggin, she's going to say, they're going to bring suit against Kia and Hyundai for not making their cars theft-proof enough. $9 million settlement with Hyundai and Kia because they didn't make their cars theft-proof enough. And they go after a largely law-abiding individual for making parts for himself. That's what he was doing, and they put him in prison. But instead of going after the fucking criminals in New York that are breaking into these cars and actually addressing the societal rot that's present in your geographic area of the country, you're going to go after the the companies that have the cars because they didn't make them theft proof enough. You absolute fucking faggots. I can't even begin to understand the reasoning and the logic behind these retarded sons of bitches. I can't fucking understand it. We're gonna go after the company. It's like going after the gun companies for making a gun. Fuck off, you stupid bastards. And any judge that's entertaining these fucking lawsuits, you are a fucking disgrace to your degree. You are a disgrace to the name judge. You should eat all of the fucking bags of dicks. Eat all of the bags of dicks, you judges and lawyers that bring these frivolous fucking bullshit lawsuits that have no place in the legal system whatsoever fucking ever. None. None at all. It makes no sense. There is no sense. Just
eat a bag of Dumble dicks.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm fucking at with this shit. It's disgusting. Fucking disgusting. You trust Spam Blondie to fuck up the suit and getting a judgment against the Second Amendment? Most likely, Salty Zipper Tits. That's probably where we're gonna go. But we're gonna read about it and we're gonna hope for good things. We're gonna pray for good things. Because even though there are some flawed individuals present in some of these things, guys, we're gonna hope for the best. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cross our fingers. We're gonna pray that good things happen. That's what we're supposed to do. After due process, Salty Zipper Tits. Yes. After due process, I concur. The flash drive hot wiring was kind of cool, though. Exactly, Singland. Exactly. Pam Bondi is the albino sister of Ketanji Jackson. Oh, yes. Look at the metal part of the lighter. Oh, the metal part of the lighter will tell me where it's made? Oh, wait. I'm gonna need a light. Am I getting old? Oh, no. It says Bic USA Inc. 319.2. I think this is made in America. Yeah. That's what I think, anyways. It sounds about right. It is evil. It is evil, Tim Finman. Anarcho-tyranny, guys. Anarcho-tyranny. It's what causes a country to fall. A society shall fall if the criminals are coddled and given ultimate deference, while the innocent civilian is seen as the bad guy. No, we're gonna smack you down if you ever get out of line in any way whatsoever. But that motherfucker that was stabbing somebody 30 times or stabbed somebody 8 times and decided, that he was gonna, just be a criminal piece of shit for his whole life, he's gonna be allowed out every time because of the color of his skin, most likely. And then he's gonna freaking get like something like a sharp object taped or something to a stick and then blind an old woman. Ha! That is so awesome. Oh shit, the big lighters are made in China. This one doesn't say China. All right. This one doesn't say China. It says Bic USA. All right. What's my lighter number on the bottom? There are 2 sets, one above the circle, one above. Guys, what? 42. I'm gonna have to get my light back out. Am I gonna have to get a spectacle? Let's see what I have here. I see 42. And that's about it. There's a Z, I think, and an 8. A Z up above and an 8 down below. And then a 42 on the thingy. And another number that I can't quite see because it's very, very faint. I don't know. This is the entertainment you came here for. Okay? This is the entertainment you came here for. Said in Canada, at least. Prosecute the university corporations for making the degrees not woke proof enough. Sartorius. I like the cut of your jib. I like that. It works. Should work. That's what we should do. Imagine the insurance cost for shipping a container full of cheap Chinese lighters. That could be bad. That could be one spark, guys. One spark to rule them all and make it go splody. Speaking of ships exploding, guys, we've seized another oil tanker because apparently we're pirates now. Arr, matey. I need to get him an eye patch. He has an ear patch. We need to get Trump an eye patch because apparently we're fucking pirates and we're just snatching other countries' oil tankers to 1.9 million. 1.9 million barrels of oil. Might we keep it? Might we sell it? Might we, I don't know, keep it for the strategic reserves? Maybe, guys. I don't know. I recovered a thrice stolen lighter by remembering its numbers. Huh. Thrice stolen. Hmm. So that's what we're going to talk about. The second topic. I'm squirreling, guys. Squirreling hard. Can you tell it's been a few days since I've streamed? Got some rants to get out. I've got some energy pent up. Ready to go. Third topic. According to Trump, we're going to be showered with dollar bills during refund season. It's going to be the best. It's going to be the best refund season you've ever seen. I'm just saying, there have been some good ones in the past, back in the first term, yes, but in this term, it's going to be glorious. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. We'll see, I suppose. There are people saying that the no tax on tips thing isn't actually occurring. Like, I guess after a certain amount, you're still getting taxed on that. I'm not over that amount, I don't think. So, I don't know. I feel bad for the people that are believing that, I guess, that there's going to be completely no tax on tips. Apparently, there's more nuance to that. Who knew? Nuance. Haha. Last topic of the evening, the plasma beings, Potar Jr. That's what we're going to talk about. The last topic. The fourth topic, we are going to get into the plasma beings that apparently have been plaguing NASA spaceships in the thermosphere or something like that. We've got a clip, actually a video from Project Unity over on the YouTubes, because I don't think they're on Rumble. They might be. I need to check into that, actually. If they have a link, if they have a video posted on Rumble, we'll play that, and we won't give YouTube a view. But thanks to Sam Duty for being over there on the YouTubes. You can follow me on YouTube if you want. If you go to that commie hellhole from time to time, like I must from time to time. And I figure if people want to watch there, we'll put the dang stuff out there. But Bulldozer74 over there on YouTube's, we've got like 61 subscribers. If you want to, get me up to 100, feel free. You don't have to, but it'd be nice, I guess. Never gotten to 20K in tips, so I'm not worried. Yeah, not me. Not me. Not even close. Maybe one day, because I think Rumble might count as, I think we're for streaming. I think streaming might count as tips. Pretty sure. Because I remember there being something about that. I don't know how the creator program might factor into that, though. By the way, if you want to get some Rumble Premium, right there, get Premium. Like $9.99 a month or $99 for the year. Promo code Studio gets you down to $89, though, I think. Unless they got rid of the monthly option. I don't know if that was permanent or not, but last I checked, they had actually gotten rid of that monthly option last Friday. So, by the way, did you guys see the fights? First off, the Jake Paul fight with Joshua, Anthony Joshua, I think is his name. Whew, that was a broken jaw, guys. Jake Paul, he got it good. Oh shoot, why isn't Rumble available on TV? I have in the living room. Did you get a new TV? There should be a Rumble app that you'd be able to access if you have a smart TV. You said it's not available on your TV. I think it's available on most TVs, Sam Duty. Did you get a new TV? I'm sorry. Paul is weak and fixed. Paul, yeah, well, Paul was going to lose regardless. I think it was fixed in the way in the aspect that it didn't end within the first round. I think if Joshua really wanted to put him away, he could have gone ahead and took that straight right like he did to end the fight multiple times. The little bit that I saw of it, there were gaping openings for a straight right that Joshua noticed but decided not to take, because I think he was doing a little cat and mouse kind of thing. He was playing with his food before he went ahead and got a big bite. Man. Yeah, 20 seconds. It would have been quick. Joshua is a large man. That you do not want to fight. I sure as hell wouldn't want to fight that guy. And it was crazy watching Jake Paul going down and trying to do a double leg takedown so many times. At that point, like, what are you doing? Like, this isn't MMA. This isn't a wrestling match. You need to be up. Why are you getting on the ground and trying to wrap up? It was odd to me. It was odd that it was allowed to continue so much. I don't know. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but or it had to go more than a round for payment. Most likely, Mr. Joe Man. Most likely. It doesn't have an app store for Vizio. That sucks. Oh, man, Sam Duty, I hate that. Can you access browser on your smart TV? if you can access like a browser and type in a website on your Vizio, you might be able to do rumble.com and then log in that way. I don't know though. I don't know if your TV has that ability. I don't even know if my TV has that ability. My TV is like 5 years old. It does have Rumble because it's a Samsung though. So what you got there, Prince of the Air Jr.? What you got? Someone mentioned pirates. Oh, we're talking pirate stuff, huh? But yeah, the last topic's pretty cool. Didn't watch, but saw the X-ray. Yeah, it was pretty bad. The fight on Rumble Premium, by the way, get that premium and you might have access to pretty. I will say this: Tony Ferguson versus Anderson, maybe? No, that's not his name. I forgot who he fought. But Tony El Kukui Ferguson, absolute fucking star of the night that I saw. I only saw the last two fights because I was busy with stuff, Christmas stuff, right? Over at mother-in-law's. But Tony Ferguson and that guy that he was fighting, absolutely beautiful boxing skills illustrated. And whenever, because the other guy had pretty much talked stuff on Tony Ferguson's boxing ability, and there were a couple times where Ferguson knocked him down, and Tony's like up in his face, like, "Yeah, whose boxing sucks now?" Like, freaking awesome. Salty zipper tits, that's okay. I understand, and I'm okay with that. You got to support what you want to support. Tard versus Tard TVS. Tard TVs forever. Oh. Dang, Sam Duty, I'm sorry. I called customer service. Maybe they'll get a Rumble app. Andrew Tate got wrecked, but I did see something where he was bragging about betting against himself to lose. Like he bet against himself. Is that accurate? If that's accurate, I don't know how it works in Dubai, but I'm pretty sure in America that's illegal to vote on yourself to lose or to bet on yourself to lose. I don't know if that's accurate, though. It could have been AI. It could have been an edit. Somebody might have put that up there. Might not have been actually Andrew Tate that responded to somebody like that on X. I didn't look into it. I just saw it in passing. I was like, oh, that's interesting. They told you to buy a Roku Express. You can do that, yeah. You can get a Roku little thing to plug into your Vizio, and then that would have access to those apps, I'm pretty sure. That sounds about right. Young Julius Caesar hunted down and then crucified the pirates who had earlier held him for ransom. That's big dick energy right there, Sertorius. It's big dick energy. I'm a fan. Yeah, stop thinking for yourself. God, who wants to do that? Sports is fixed, everybody. I mean, yes. I will say, though, MMA, I think there's a little bit less fixing in MMA. Just because of the unpredictability of it. Roku does have the app, Loreblade says, over here on Rumble. Well, there you go. These days, future players brag at betting window that they won't make spread while betting on their sport. Criminals. Yes, indeed. And Loreblades, I am so glad that you are back in the live chat here in the Dozer Den. We missed you. Felt bad for you. Did you end up just getting and I didn't see a response. I think I asked the other day, but did you end up getting a hold of customer support or did it just resolve itself? I'm kind of interested as to what was going on there. Hockey is hard to fix. Yeah, I would agree. That's pretty rough and tumble. Rumble has deleted half a dozen or more of my accounts. Well, that sucks, Salty Zipper Tits. I remember seeing your, I've seen your username, I'm pretty sure, on Rumble. Rumble finally figured out you were a person. Oh, look at that. You have been granted personhood by Rumble. Huzzah. But anyways, guys. I'm interested in this plasma being thing. It's the last topic. I don't technically have an early morning, but I technically should be. Oh, shoot. Dang it, guys. I gotta go get something. Typically, in Christmas gatherings, for the last 7 or 8 years, I have put beardaments in my beard. Okay? And I forgot Saturday and Sunday. And I said, you know what? I'll make up for it by wearing my beardaments all day at work today. And I forgot again. They're in my stocking. So I figured, you know what? I'll wear my beardaments on stream. And lo and behold, what have I done? Squirreled yet again. And I forgot. How dare I? How dare I? So I might put those on later. Maybe if we get to hat goal, I might put in the beer ornaments too. It's an idea. It's an idea, guys. I think I will go get them. I think I might. You guys want to see a kitty falling into the sweet embrace of America? That's right. I don't think this is AI. I think it's real. There's a poor kitty hanging on for dear life at a stadium of some sort. Oh. And they caught the kitty. Mostly. They broke its fall at least. The kitty is alive! Yes. Yes. Ha! Put one on for every Rumble rant over $1. That's an interesting idea there, Laura Blades. We've had a donation on pill.net of $2 already, so I could put one Beardament in. You know what? I like that idea. I think I'm gonna go get the Beardaments, guys. Oh yeah, I did see this. The founder of Vince Zampella, developer behind Call of Duty, crashed his Ferrari. It was pretty bad. Yeah, I don't think you walk away. Oh, there's a palate cleanser. Here's a not palate cleanser. I don't know if I want to watch that right now. Oh, I don't want to play that right now. Not if they're kitty. We have kitty positive energy, guys. I don't want to play that one. We'll get to that maybe here in a minute. Where did this darn thing go? Just a second. I might pull up another video just for the hell of it. Oh, here's one. It's not really. Gosh, this is negative. Here we go. Okay. This is funny now. We got a funny. Did you guys see any of the Amfest infighting? Looked a little bit like this. I'm going to play this. I'm going to run downstairs and get my Beardaments, and I'll be right back. Will I be back in a minute and... Oh, wait, this is 53 seconds. Can I make it? Can I make it in 53 seconds? I don't know, guys. I'm going to try. My short little legs move like the wind. Ooh, Anna Paulina. God, she's beautiful. She's definitely a... she's a honeypot, guys. God bless her, though. I'll be back. Straight up murder your ass.
Now I'll be number one. No, you won't!
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Did I make it? Did I make it in 53 seconds? Because I don't think I did, because I had to stop. It was stuck in my stocking. My stocking is a little bit higher than I anticipated it. So I couldn't pull the stocking up off the hook. Did it play twice or did I beat it? Come on, car crashes. We'll watch the car crash in a second. But yeah, that's what was going on at Amfest. I made it! Yes. Beardaments, guys. They're in a little baggie. Same baggie that I've had for like 6 or 7 years. I have put these in every Christmas. And most Christmas gatherings, which we have like 6 to go to. Or 4. Maybe 5. But this cute little things. See that? And they got little clippies. Go in your beard. We'll do one on the mustache. Right there. We'll go in the middle. It feels wrong if I don't do 2. So we'll do right there. Oh, no. Beardament installed. If we get more donations, I'll put more Beardaments in. There's a bunch here. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's like 12. I've lost 1 or 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, there's 10. I got 10. Even number. I'll take it. I will take it. What did you join? What the fuck did you just join? Well, you joined me playing a 53-second clip of the infighting at Amfest, using that to run downstairs and get the Beardaments, guys. Beardaments. I put them in my beard every Christmas, usually for every Christmas gathering. And if we, Laura Blades had a cool idea. Any donation over $2, I put in some Beardaments. Depending on the weight of the donation, it might be more than 1 Beardament. But we had a $2 donation on pill.net this evening already. And so, yes, there's a Beardament. It's glorious. Enjoy it. I actually had all of them in one day in a little town called Chaffee, Missouri. And I was out in front of a gas station, and a woman from out of state said, "Oh my gosh, I love it. I love the Christmas cheer. Can I take a picture of you?" So I had a random lady from out of state take a picture of my my Christmas balls in my beard. Yes. Oh. You need to pay him to stop. What's up, Brett Snom? Good to see you. And what's up, Harry Totu? Guys, if you're just joining, I am sorry for not being present on Saturday evening for the Dozer Den DJ Hour. If you're not in the Discord, I'm going to show you what I got done. Lady Dozer and I, a.k.a. the elves, were happy but cold elves. And we got done at about 2:15, 2:30. There it was at 1:30. Most of the things, the swing set for the children. A little saucer swing, standing swing, 2 swings there. And then we got it finished around 2:20 something or 2:30 with a slide, guys, a slide. Look at that. Look at the big bow. It's glorious. Yes. And the kids are loving it and enjoying it. So, Salty Zipper Tits, if I had more, I'd send you now, but I'm in saving mode for the next month. You are absolutely fine. Nobody ever has to donate to the Dozer Den, okay? You don't have to. If you can, I appreciate you. And to all of my monthly subscribers on Rumble, on pill.net, thedozerden.locals.com, I appreciate the heck out of you. And to my regulars who are able to donate monetarily, you guys are fan-freaking-tastic. Cannot tell you how much it means to me that people on the internet would donate to my random self to the cause of increasing the size of the Dozer Den army. Currently metaphorical, probably going to stay that way. But we are doing a makeup stream of the Dozer Den DJ Hour tomorrow evening, everybody. I don't have work Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we're going to be jamming out tomorrow. Jamming out. Lord Blades. There you go. With a slap of that peach. Every now and then you got to slap that peach. It's a good thing, okay? WWF gay level. The Beardaments are? How dare you? Robert Briner, Trump is the most dangerous man I ever met. Rob Briner's son. Hey, Pops, hold my beer. Oh, God, Red Snom. It's awful. It's awful. Anyone know about the universal antidote to chlorine dioxide? I do not. Interesting. Interesting there. You guys want to see a car crash? See a car crash. Kind of sad, because guy died. But it's a pretty cool crash. I mean, if you're going to go out in a blaze, right? Bad stuff. Bad stuff indeed. This is a guy who apparently was one of the developers for Call of Duty in a Ferrari. Obviously, not able to handle it.
Puta madre, oh shit!
Oh, wait, not a car.
Oh, man!
That's concrete.
Fog! Oh shit!
Yeah.
Fog, man! Fog, man! Oh shit! No. Cuidado con el tanque.
Blurred out. That's how you know he's okay.
Rápido, 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 rápido!
Rapido, hurry, quickly.
Oh man! Fog!
Yeah, he's dead. Concrete versus Ferrari, and Concrete won. Concrete won that battle, guys. Well, you learned how to kill an infection. There you go, Mr. Joe Man. I think I have heard something about chlorine. Yeah, he's dead. He's not alive. You guys know how there's that double standard whenever adult females, end up offending on young boys? Well, it turns out, this one actually got held accountable. I still think 6 years is a little bit light. I do. Judge has to tell a former Wisconsin teacher accused of molesting an 11-year-old boy to calm down after she has started bawling in court while being sentenced. I think she should be hung in the public square after harming a child after due process. You should be probably executed in public. YouTube, go fuck yourself if that's too much for you. Madison Bergman was seen crying in court as the judge sentenced her to 6 years in prison. The boy's father discovered 35,000 text messages between Bergman, now 26, and his son, an 11-year-old. Investigators found love notes from Bergman to the boy, along with a text where she talked about how much she loved making out with him. When I review the text too, it's very deliberate, talking about touching his leg, talking to my 11-year-old son about her period, talking about his erections, the boy's father said. She was set to be married in July 2024, but her then fiance called off the wedding after the allegations were brought forward. Yeah, I don't blame him.
While we are here today and are extremely frustrated and concerned about these facts and this case and the terrible impact that it's had. And in that light, I think that a more appropriate sentence, and the sentence that I will hand down here today, is I'm going to order that Ms. Bergman be incarcerated in the Wisconsin State Prison
I cannot hear a
System
damn
for
thing,
6
can y'all?
years. And that she served 6 years on extended supervision thereafter. That's on count 3. With regard to counts 6 and 8, I'm going to order 1.5 years of incarceration on each. That's the maximum sentence. And 2 years of extended supervision on each. And I am going to run all of this concurrently. I think essentially the outcome here is 6 years in the state prison, 6 years of extended supervision is an appropriate sentence given everything I've heard here today and everything I've discussed with you. Now, Ms. Bergman, you're going to have to calm down for a minute because I have to give you some warning. All right.
Told her to calm down. I said, shut your damn mouth, you dirty, dirty woman. Disgusting. No, I don't care if she's a female. There's a crazy double standard that we have in this country where the females are able to get away with doing things like that. That's absolutely disgusting. You are taking care of an 11-year-old. You are the authority figure in that case. That's a child. Don't do that. Don't do that. To the wall. To the wall with that one. But that happened. 6 years plus 8 enhanced supervision. So I think you just never end it. End them. I mean, the only good thing about them is they give a job to people to keep them in cages. That's about it. Save children. Don't leave them with Democrats. No, there's Republicans that screw kids too. It happens. More than it should. Some of them are in those good old Epstein files, which are redacted in a lot of ways. I'm sorry, but a whole 119 pages completely redacted? No, there's no way. You can block out the victims' names and expose the ones that were perpetrating on them. You can do that. But no. They're breaking the law. They're literally going to be impeached. They should be impeached for it. The DOJ, Pam Bondi, I guess, whoever is making this, Todd Blanche, whoever's going to take the fall, whoever made the decision to do those types of redactions that are clearly going against the letter of the law for the Epstein Files Transparency Act, you need to be impeached. I don't know who makes the decision. Whoever did, they're opening themselves up to it. So, I guess Pam Bondi, I don't know. Someone said the Southern District of New York was involved in one of them. And again, none of the information is showing that Trump was involved in hurting kids. And I've maintained that since all of this. I don't think he is. I think he's probably making some bad statements. Something about, felt bad about Bill Clinton pictures being shown. So I don't know if that's actually what Trump said. Maybe that was misattributed. This is the worst way they could have ever handled this since the start of this. Months ago, how they handled the Epstein thing. Debacle. Absolute debacle. Incompetence to the utmost. It's crazy. Crazy. Oh, bark under the playground? We have soft earth under the playground right now. I do have a cousin in Oklahoma that has offered his large play set in his backyard. Thing's giant. Our kids will be able to be... My little brodozer, he's 250 pounds, and he was able to go down the slide just fine. Plasma beings are coming towards the end of the show. We've got a couple topics to discuss. Actual news stuff. Pinch of the air, Junior. But we will get into plasma beings. They're coming. But first, let's read the news. We have a couple topics. Looks like the Pentagon is partnering with xAI. Let's read the official release from the Pentagon, the Department of War, the War Department, to expand AI arsenal on xAI.mil with xAI. xAI.mil recently launched as the War Department's bespoke AI platform. Bespoke, guys. Oh, bespoke. xAI.mil, recently launched as the War Department's bespoke AI platform, will soon be expanded with the addition of xAI for government's suite of frontier-grade capabilities. Today, the War Department officially entered into an agreement with xAI, paving the way for the deployment of its advanced capabilities on xAI.mil. This move builds on the rapid deployment of cutting-edge AI across the department's 3 million military and civilian personnel. This initiative will soon embed xAI's frontier AI systems based on the Grok family of models directly into xAI.mil. Oh, this could be quite dystopian, guys. This could be quite dystopian. We might be screwed. I don't know. Targeted for initial deployment in early 2026, this integration will allow all military and civilian personnel to use xAI's capabilities at Impact Level 5, IL5 for short, enabling the secure handling of controlled, unclassified information in daily workflows. Users will also gain access to real-time global insights from the X platform, providing War Department personnel with a decisive information advantage. The War Department will continue scaling an AI ecosystem built for speed, security, and decision superiority. Newly IL5 certified capabilities will empower every aspect of the department's workforce, turning AI into a daily operational asset. This announcement marks another milestone in America's AI revolution, and the War Department is driving that momentum forward. Yes. Everyone get ready, guys. Harry Toe says, everyone get ready to suck robot kicks. Thought it said something else there. I did. The robots are going to take over. They're probably already taken over. We're just kind of living in their world right now, but...
How appropriate to have a robot overlord rule a robot kingdom.
Elon Musk might be a robot. I don't know. Might be an alien. Zuckerberg. He's Zuckerborg. He's the robot. I don't know, guys. Seems a bit sketch. I'm concerned. All right? Guys, if you didn't remember, if we get up to $50 worth of donations on a stream, I'll put on the fancy hat. And maybe go ahead and just put in all the beardaments. It's a possibility. Oh, and I forgot to show the people who came in a little bit late. I was gifted a bottle of Double Oaked Woodford Reserve at my mother-in-law's. Her Feller. gave me a bottle, and I'm very happy about it. I'm missing it. Haven't had it for a while. Had it at my uncle's in Oklahoma. But let's actually read an article about this topic here because we have one. Or did I? Oh no. Did I not pull it up? Where'd it go? Oh, it's in Microsoft. That's why. There we go. Let me pull it up here. Make it a little bit bigger so I can see what I'm looking at on my big monitor over here. Let's see. The storage, nice. Oh, there you go. Don't want to suck the robot kicks. Oh, is that not going to let me pull this up? Well, that's odd. Oh. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll copy and paste this into we'll try that. There we go. I had to copy and paste it into Brave because if you're on the trying to share a tab from another browser, it will not work if your browser is in Rumble. So yeah, or in Brave. If your Brave browser has Rumble Studio open, you can't share a tab from another browser. I don't know why I thought that was going to work. Crazy. But apparently the Pentagon, signing a deal with Elon Musk's xAI to integrate Grok-based AI systems into GenAI.mil. The Pentagon just signed a deal with Elon Musk's xAI locking in a plan to plug powerful new AI models into the War Department's internal system, GenAI.mil. According to that release, platform launched as a custom AI hub for the military is now being loaded with xAI for the government's high-level tools built on Elon's Grok model. According to the announcement, the first phase of Grok's deployment will begin in Q1 2026. That rollout will make xAI systems available at impact level 5, meaning the Pentagon can use the tools to handle controlled, unclassified information in a secure day-to-day setting. Personnel are going to be able to use that. We already read that. I don't know why they're just regurgitating what was said in the press release. Good job making an article for nothing, assholes. Pentagon integrates Grok-based tools in daily operations. So these models, the IL5 certified models, will support everything from logistics to admin, speeding up how the department processes and shares sensitive but classified information. The War Department is planning for what it calls decision superiority, using AI to reduce delays and streamline planning, expecting that to become standard in daily ops. Huh. Okay, that's a 23-minute video. We're not watching that. Might later, I don't know. But while the Pentagon is ramping up AI on one side, Cryptopolitan previously reported that it's still struggling to get its books in order. On Friday, the Defense Department revealed it failed its annual financial audit again for the 8th year in a row. The Pentagon failed its financial audit for the 8th year in a row. What? Is anybody surprised? Really? At this point, I don't even freaking know. It'd be nice if the Pentagon could pass an audit, guys. Not like we should expect anything, anything less. God. It's literally the only major federal agency out of 24 to have never cleared an audit since Congress made them mandatory in 2018. The 2025 Agency Financial Report, AFR, said it found 26 material weaknesses and 2 big reporting gaps were flagged by auditors, with the most serious one coming from the Joint Strike Fighter Program, a massive multi-billion-dollar effort to build one affordable warplane for the Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, and U.S. allies. According to the audit, the Pentagon failed to record assets from the global spares pool tied to the fighter jets. Not only were they missing from the books, but the data used to check if they even existed couldn't be verified. The DoD cannot provide or obtain accurate and reliable data to verify the existence, completeness, or value of its global spares pool assets for the Joint Strike Fighter Program, auditors wrote. The failure led to a material misstatement on the agency-wide financial statements, the Pentagon's report said. Well, that's great. Maybe AI will help them. Guys, maybe they're going to use xAI to help with their audits so they can pass an audit. I don't know. It's more than 8. It's failed since Bush 1. Well, it was saying that's when they started. I don't know. Apparently, that's inaccurate. Definitely fact check the sources that you read, including the ones I read to you. That's why the sources are linked in the description, and you can check them out if you want. You really can. Good Lord. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about AI being involved in the military stuff. I mean, the CIA was already using X for intel anyways. They've been doing that. They were working directly with Twitter. It was Twitter at the time. We have the documents from that, from the Twitter files. I wonder what kind of coordination we might see with our federal government and X, though. One would hope that that would have stopped. But Elon was literally working with Doge. So I don't know. If it's nefarious, one would hope that that beautiful autist Elon Musk would have stopped them. But alas, we're not going to know what's going on behind the scenes right now. Maybe we'll know in the future. I don't know. You need a coffee and a dramatic pause. But yeah, it's got the potential to be quite detrimental, I think. It could also just make it better. Coffee and a smoke. Smoke and a pancake. Bong and a blitz. Pipe and a falafel. Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys want xAI being involved heavily in the military and helping with decision making? Decision making. Okay, what? Talking too much. Talking too much for the beardament, guys. There. Further into the beard it must go. It'll be all right. I don't know. You guys okay with that? Do you think that they should be integrating AI into military decisions? What kind of decisions are they going to be making? Yeah, that's where I'm kind of at. I'm quite ambivalent on it, Laura Blades. I think it could be very positive in helping maybe the efficiency of the military in certain aspects with GenAI.mil. It also could be used for nefarious purposes. We all know that. Mr. Joe Man says no, especially when it's kept by Zionists. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to hope for good things. I'm going to pray for good things. But I'm concerned. And anything that helps the government become more powerful, I worry about. Now, who's in control of xAI? Kind of going to end up being up to them. Depends on the nature of their contract, though. Depends on how much control the contract gives the military over this software, this AI. I don't know. We'll see, I suppose. Good vibes. Good vibes, guys. Second topic of the evening, guys. The DOJ is suing the District of Columbia for screwing over gun owners. That's right. DC doesn't like the Second Amendment. News to nobody. But it looks like the DOJ is actually doing a good thing and trying to help the Second Amendment a bit. It scares the bejeebers. Yeah. AI is like a train coming at us. We can't stop it. May as well use it as much as we can. Yeah, I agree with you. We're going to have to roll with it. We're going to have to judo, use the energy that it may have that might be nefarious. Hopefully channel it and use it into something good. Turn it into something good. I don't know. No. Scares the bejesus out of you. Bejeebers out of you. Yeah. AI needs input to work from. Yeah, true. DOJ is doing good things now. Hopefully. Let's see them not screw it up. How about that? DOJ sues DC over restrictive gun laws. New DOJ lawsuit targets metropolitan police departments' refusal to register AR-15s and other semi-auto weapons. From Anders Hagstrom by Fox News. Excuse me. Attorney General Pam Bondi, Scam Blondie, as some may know her, is leading the Justice Department in suing Washington, D.C.'s police over its allegedly unconstitutional ban on semi-auto. Why are you even adding allegedly? Fuck you, Fox. It's unconstitutional. All gun laws are unconstitutional. 110%. Stop making laws restricting guns. They aren't constitutional in the least. Screw off, Fox News. Bondi announced the lawsuit on Monday, saying the Metropolitan Police Department currently wrongfully bans the AR-15 and many other firearms protected under the Second Amendment. The district's gun laws require anyone seeking to own a gun to register it with the DC Metro Police. The DOJ said in a statement. However, the DC Code provides a broad registration ban on numerous firearms, an unconstitutional incursion into the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens seeking to own protected firearms for lawful purposes. MPD's current pattern and practice of refusing to register protected firearms is forcing residents to sue to protect their rights and to risk facing wrongful arrest for lawfully possessing protected firearms. Today's action from the Department of Justice's new Second Amendment section underscores an ironclad commitment to protecting the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding Americans, Bondi said in another statement. I don't trust this bitch one bit. She is for red flag laws and has been against the Second Amendment and gun rights and other statements, and I just hope she's not going to sabotage this. It's all infringement and should be disregarded. I mean, that would be ideal. Washington, D.C.'s ban on some... I'm not giving legal advice, by the way, on that. Washington, D.C.'s ban on some of America's most popular firearms is an unconstitutional infringement on the Second Amendment. Living in our nation's capital should not preclude law-abiding citizens from exercising their fundamental constitutional right to keep and bear arms, she added. You should be able to own a bazooka. You should technically be able to own a nuclear weapon. Now, is that a good idea? No, but until there's an amendment, technically you're supposed to be able to. You're supposed to be able to have just exactly the same stuff that the military has. It's how it was written. Part of the reason. But are they really going to nuke us, guys? Are they really going to nuke us? I don't think they are. I don't think they are. Might they? Just round us up in the desert, I suppose, where they did the tests. That would suck. That'd be a flex. Be a very, very bad flex, but a flex nonetheless. The new lawsuit comes weeks after Harmeet Dillon, the Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Rights Division, announced DOJ would be taking a lot more action related to gun rights via a new department. Some of the things we're seeing, and that is going to be the focus of our work around the country, includes multi-$1,000 costs for citizens to apply for concealed carry permits. Ooh. That is insane. Some places make you pay thousands of dollars? Holy crap. Trump should fire her, but wouldn't her replacement need to be confirmed? They would love to slow down the DOJ. I really wish they would have just put Matt Gaetz in there. That'd have been cool. There was no evidence that he was screwing a 17-year-old. There was none. And everything sucks. Everything sucks. And I'm just getting more convinced that everything is fake and gay, guys. Read the sign. Read the sign. Everything is fake and gay. Quite. Other jurisdictions are having unreasonably long delays. Other jurisdictions are outlawing guns that should be protected by the Second Amendment under the recent Supreme Court precedent. It doesn't even need to be that. 2A, read the Second Amendment. That's all you need. You didn't need anything else. She also emphasized that gun rights equalizes the ability of those of us women, people with disabilities, and others who might otherwise be more vulnerable to be able to protect ourselves. And apparently, Andrea Margolis contributed to this report. Every single gun law out there is unconstitutional, and in a perfect world, you would be able to disregard them. But legally, you kind of have to swallow a really nasty pill with that. What are you doing, cat? Do you need out? You need out? What you doing? Oh, kitty girl. You were sleeping just pretty whenever I came up here. Have I disturbed your slumber? Apparently, I disturbed the kitty's slumber. Harmeet would be a good... You know what? She would be a good AG. I agree with you. Harmeet Dillon is pretty solid. She could be. She could be a very... I think she could be a great AG. Gaetz is apparently too controversial. Whatever. I get it. But dissolve DC, return land to Maryland and Virginia. That too, Sanglant. That too. I wouldn't be sad about that. Guys, really quick, before we get into the next topic about the dollar bills that apparently we're going to be getting from tax refund season coming up in spring of next year or late February, if you get your stuff in as quick as some do. Shit. I need to make sure I can get my electronic W-2s. Hope I didn't miss that deadline. Before we get into that topic, talking about dollar bills being showered upon us, Shane Cashman has an epic highlight reel of some of the amazing things he has said, both on his show and on Timcast. Enjoy.
Are we live? Should there be a robot holocaust?
No
robots in the house.
Any robots in the house?
I am with Dr.
What about a Roomba?
Shoot it.
Yeah, my God.
Ted Kaczynski made some pretty good points, though. God made a vintage cloud. They're still out there.
What are those?
You got
Just
Jim
old
Clouds.
school Genesis clouds when he was making Earth. Just like boom, clouds. But we are cloning mammoths. We're cloning direwolves. We're making fake clouds with.
Correction, we did not clone direwolves. That's a fucking lie. We did not clone direwolves. What they did, and if you read the actual article, I have to rant for a second here. Guys, if you read the actual article on the direwolf thing, they aren't direwolves. They were never direwolves. What they did is they looked at the possible bones or the DNA from what they think was a direwolf. They determined that that was probably it. And then they genetically manipulated modern wolf DNA. They genetically modified it to resemble what they think direwolves were probably like. And they gave their best shot at playing God, and they altered modern wolf DNA, modern wolf, to be like what they think a direwolf was. That doesn't mean that they took old DNA from an actual direwolf and cloned it. That's not what they did. And it was being misreported, and it pisses me off. I don't like it when people misreport things. I'm not mad at the people that have been swindled by the media. I'm mad at the media for misreporting that and getting people's hopes up, and it bothers me. They didn't clone direwolves. It's a damn lie. They should be ashamed of themselves, not the people that are saying that because they don't know any better. The media, articles, the headlines. Because if you actually read the articles and you look into it, that's not the case. Not actually direwolves. I'm passionate about this for some gay reason. I don't know why. I just don't like liars. Okay? You think they found one in Siberia or something, but not cloned from the DNA? Exactly. That's what they think. They're pretty sure it was. And they kind of compared it, and they tried to mimic cheap imitation of God's handiwork. Not real.
Acid rain and silver iodide to destroy your brain. We got fluoride in the water. We have fake bees and fake mosquitoes to spy on you and deliver personalized bioweapons. We're going to have pterodactyls roaming the sky at some point. They'll be the future bioengineered drones delivering your Amazon packages. Everything.
This inspired an X post for me. By the way, I have to go release the kitty. She is clawing at the door. Apparently she has a need. I'll be back. Enjoy this man. Follow him. Shane Cashman on the X Machine. What's up, James Lindsay News Discourses? Says, good evening, everyone. I hope you're all well and avoiding the woke right. We try. We try, James Lindsay's News Discourses. If you haven't followed the channel yet, go ahead and smash the follow button. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9 p.m. Central. Be right back. Gotta let the cat out.
It's awesome. Even dead celebrities have more exciting lives than us. Have you seen Gene Hackman? No, yeah, well, he's dead. So is Joe Biden. So,
Barack Obama was a super present father. That was one of the only things that I really loved about Barack Obama.
Those kids have two fathers.
Yeah.
But the fact that he said he didn't like Taylor Swift, these people are clueless.
Don't you think an
Absolutely
attack
clueless.
on Taylor is an attack on democracy?
You feel like there's like conspiracy brain now.
The birds are a gateway drug to space being fake.
The birds aren't real.
I think that's right.
Right.
I think that's right.
That's not so crazy. Next, I'm obviously from a different timeline. And the DMV was created just to recruit for ISIS. You know what? Hunter Biden's got a point. It's clean. It's the cleanest stuff there is. These guys selling soda reminded me of Colbert Dancing with Vaccines. I always thought it was going to be the child slaves in the cobalt mines attacking Teslas. I don't know. I think it's compassionate to release murderers. David Hogg is doing what the Democrats do best, build a platform out of dead children and profit off of it. We got Tim without a beanie before the Epstein files.
People.
we want to turn this into an Israel episode, but I could like go through
Every time you're on, it's an Israel episode.
There's no Israel.
I know.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's just something that it was something made up by parents to scare kids, like the boogeyman.
Dead internet theory for for the Jews. Kim Kardashian is going to end up having a sex tape with a robot one day. Have we had a celebrity sex tape with a robot?
Famous.
Yeah.
Other than
It depends
Elon,
on what you
we should never let those robots learn to read.
Nope.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Ariana Grande is what JonBenet Ramsey would have been if she never died. And never got old. In other words, Drake's dream girl.
Oh.
Earlier today, I called Adam Schiff an earthworm. No, this is serious, guys. There was an international outcry amongst the earthworm community. I'd like to apologize to earthworms everywhere. I'm very sorry. I do understand your contributions to society. I'm not pro-life. I'm anti-human sacrifice.
Look, if you think being pro-choice is being pro-human sacrifice, that's
Yes,
like
it is.
to the country.
Yeah.
110%. Eliyahu.
You think we're a country full of people who believe in child sacrifice?
I do. Yeah.
I think, yeah.
He's 100%. Shane is absolutely correct on that. The fact that Elad is thinking that's insane is quite honestly insane to me.
I don't think it's a laughing matter. Fake clouds do make real lightning.
Fake clouds make real lightning.
Yeah.
What are the vintage?
Fake vintage clouds make real lightning. Yeah. Hologram clouds make hologram lightning. And then there's the interdimensional clouds. Luddites weren't anti-tech. They were anti-being replaced by mass autonomy. In my experience in this world, everyone, not everyone, but 95% of people are backstabbing, con men, liars.
99.
Thank you. You're right. I was being generous. I can only imagine that at this very moment, Lindsey Graham and Nikki Haley are doing some blood ritual. Upon hearing about the ceasefire
with the ladybugs,
do you think someone should make a wellness check for Lindsey Graham?
You guys agree or disagree that Trump over-delivered in his first 100 days from what you expected?
Yeah.
I disagree.
Do you? Let's hear it.
I just feel like I'm not getting the retribution I wanted.
Oh, I'll take that answer.
I do not need Donald Trump to tell me Joe Biden was a robot clone. I already knew that. Most of us knew that.
Shane Cashman. Candace is like one video away from becoming the president of France. Your tweets were hilarious.
Shane tried convincing me that clouds are manufactured in factories.
And then you went to Alaska.
I remember the moon.
I did.
And you saw a cloud factory.
Not a good idea to call kids names.
Don't call kids
racial slurs.
That's not a good idea.
It's a bad.
What's his name? Has anyone asked if that's the kid's name?
No.
That the subways are constantly being monitored by FBI.
If you watched this episode, it was infuriating. And like at a certain point, you just see Tim like just be like, as she's looking through her phone, and like, oh, stop it.
They're constantly, tracking.
Body just got raped in New York City.
Okay.
Tara, can I follow up again?
That. Yeah. Pretty much that. And then Phil.
Dinosaurs weren't real, but I don't want to derail the conversation. I'm removing one piece of technology from my house every day until my wife wakes up and realizes we're Amish. I see you all in the chat talking about how I might be a vampire. I'm going to sue each and every one of you for $5 million now, and I'm going to call Kash Patel. Puts on a suit, and then he starts acting like he's better than everybody.
Yeah, like this guy.
The only planes he wants flying are the ones that drop bombs. I'm currently waiting for a phone call from Joe Exotic from prison.
I don't think Zuckerberg is committed to an ideology. I don't think that he's a leftist.
I don't think he's a human.
What?
I think he's a human.
Oh, Augustus.
Shane has,
please don't even start.
Sorry to be the tech liaison.
Shane has a magical ability to derail conversations with his
truth, saying he's a reptile who hates Americans and freedom. Do you know if it's legal to kill Bigfoot in your state?
That's an important question that we should all be thinking about, guys. Is it legal to kill Bigfoot in your state? There are states that have laws against shooting Bigfoot. Just saying.
Telling about weather manipulation for years. Everyone laughs at me. I'm like, well, the face of Big Cloud is right here. I drove through an ICE protest the other day, so I turned up the new Kanye song.
Oh my God.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. The window down.
Oh no. This was the most awkward silence ever because that.
Thank you for having me. I'm Waka Flocka Flame.
It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party, it's a party.
YouTube will probably copyright strike it.
My partner on the partner on my other partner drum. Roll up the line, I'm trying to get picked up.
Shane Cashman year in review. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'll take it. I'll take it. It actually inspired a post of mine. It did fairly well. He mentioned the pterodactyl, right? Mentioned bioengineered pterodactyls delivering our packages, I think is what he said. And I just say that I look forward, guys. I look forward to the day. I look forward to the day when bioengineered pterodactyls are delivering my unnecessary parcels. All hail the pterodactyl king. Actually got a repost from him on that one. Did pretty good on the X machine. But X is faking gay to an extent, y'all. Just saying. I got 4,000 followers there, but I don't feel like it's real. I really don't. Okay, it was a good mashup, but I never listened to Cashman. Yeah, he's actually pretty fun to listen to. He has the Inverted World on right after Timcast, and I have thoroughly enjoyed some of their episodes. He has call-ins and stuff like that. It's really cool. His show is a favorite of mine. Yeah, there you go. Inverted Laura Blades knows what's up. Laura Blades knows. Good stuff. First, the stuff of Bigfoot wins. Do not declare. Pterodactyls are oh yes. You don't want bioengineered pterodactyls delivering your packages? Come on, Mr. Joe Man. Come on. Raptor Jesus went extinct for your sins. Guys, I did have the discussion earlier. If you think about it, I mean, they talk about the Nordic aliens, apparently Norse mythology. They talk about how they're otherworldly beings. And then it got me thinking about Jesus, and I'm like, wait a second. Is Jesus an alien zombie? No. No, guys. We're not going there. We're not going to do it. We're not going to talk about the holy phallus. Laura Blades, we're not doing it today. All right, next topic, guys. We are going to talk about the dollar bills, apparently, that we shall be showered by. That shall be showered upon us. There we go. That's the way I wanted to say that. In refund season, tax season, is it going to happen? Maybe. We'll see, I suppose. Jesus, dribbling that ball. Look at that. That's one of the emotes you get when you subscribe to Bulldozer74, or when you are lucky enough to be gifted subs. Guys, did you know that when you gift subs, you hit that red present box on Rumble? When you gift subs, more of that comes to the creator. Moi. You can shower the chat with your love, or spray the chat with your love. I don't care what verb you want to use, okay? I don't. Potar says, I'm not sure I trust the Nordics. I don't know. Guys, it's gonna be huge. This refund season, it's gonna be huge. You don't even know. You don't know how huge it's gonna be, but it's gonna be rather huge. Hassett says, US is going to see the biggest tax refund season of all time in 2026 by Tara Sutter from the Hill. Only way they shower us with dollars is to disband the Fed. My God, if only. That's how I feel about the Fed. Right there. There's the sticker. Just is it a Neanderthal fighting dragons? I think that's what that is. I'm not even 100% sure what that is. But I like it, so I saved it. Probably from an anime. I don't know. Anything less is bullshit. We could end the Feds. Could end the Fed, guys. That'd be great. Prince of the Air with a slap of that peach. Every now and then you got to slap the peach, y'all. Make sure it's the right one. Yes. You don't want to smack the incorrect peach. Okay? Don't want to do it. White House National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett said Sunday that the United States is going to see the biggest tax refund season of all time in 2026. There's so much good news in the new year because you're going to see the biggest tax refund season of all time. The big, beautiful bill. Not that big. Actually, quite big. Not that beautiful, to be honest. There's some good stuff. There's some stuff. No, not that excited. Was passed in July. You know, the IRS didn't have time to change all the forms, and so now everybody's going to get huge tax refunds if they were overtime workers, if they're seniors, if they had tip income. Hassett told Fox News Sunday anchor Shannon Bream. But I did see that if you're just taking out your standard deduction, that it's not really going to be much of a change. I know when I filed my DoorDash income last year and did the standard deduction, it was quite nice. Wasn't expecting that last year because I made like $4,000 or $5,000 doing DoorDash last year. Not that much this year because actually you guys have helped with that. So thank you. You've helped me have to DoorDash less, and I appreciate you guys for that. So thank you for that. All those things are going to be refunded, those taxes, this year when they file for their taxes, he added. Hassett's comments coincide with recent concerns about affordability among Americans, with President Trump in a Wednesday address stating that he had come into office with a rough economic situation and that since the start of his second term, he had managed to bring down the cost of many goods, some goods. Over the past 11 months, we brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history, Trump said during the address. There's never been anything like it, and I think most would agree. In a recent Fox News poll, a little less than half of all registered voters believed Trump should pay more attention to high prices. Who are they polling? When asked to pick a single issue from a list that Trump ought to be paying more attention to right now, 42% of respondents said high prices, with health care behind it at 19%. So it sounds like more of the people in the poll said health care. So, okay. In response to Trump's address, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Democrat from New York, called it an unhinged speech that was, of course, untethered from reality and truth. Donald Trump has made things worse for the American people, he says. He added, he refuses to acknowledge that the tariffs he is solely responsible for have actually increased the costs on everyday Americans by thousands of dollars per year. I don't know if that's accurate. I really don't. But apparently we're going to get some dollar bills in the refund season. I don't know. You're starting to hate door dashing. Oh, you've been door dashing, salty zipper tits. I got Safeway to ban me on their system. I don't want to pick up any more from them after yesterday. I was like, people have suggested, salty zipper tits, that I stream door dashing, and I said no. Okay? I said no. Because if the internet was to see how I'm not a good person when I DoorDash, and I don't like the person that I am when I'm in my car by myself after a particularly frustrating experience from a DoorDash customer that didn't tip or that was shitty. Okay? And I don't want to be canceled from life. So I'm not probably not going to be streaming DoorDashing. Probably not. Guys, don't forget to hit that repost button here on Rumble if you have not yet done so. Let's check on the reposts. We got 12 likes over here. We got 20 people watching on Rumble, but only 12 likes. Guys, what are you doing? Smash the like button. Why haven't you done so? It needs your attention. We've got Tim Finman with a repost and a comment on pilled.net. Nightwolf with the follow about an hour ago. Thank you so much, Nightwolf, for the follow. I appreciate you. Getting us up there, guys. Getting us up there. We're a little over 1,200 followers in all on the Rumbles. 1,140 something or so on the user account, which is the one I stream from for the most part. So 3 bundled orders, 2 full carts, and they want me to scan all these paper bags and the rain and yeah, that does suck, salty zipper tits. Always better to go to the butcher and do it yourself. Talking about the meat. Speaking of meat, I'm gonna post this in the Discord really quick. Actually, you know what? I think I already did. Speaking of meat, okay, you guys want to talk about meat? I finally got my deer meat from my father-in-law's freezer that we put it in there after we got it all ground up, and I just have not gotten it over to the house until recently, and I will show you guys my ground. There you go. That is a cooler full. Well, I had already taken some out and put it in the freezer, but that's not a shallow cooler. It's a decent sized cooler, and that's deer meat. That's a decent amount of meat I got off that buck. I also made sure to get most of the meat off the buck. Look at that. It's good stuff. We got the good plastic ties too. We had some old ones last year and they were dry as a son of a gun. But we got some ground. Sam D says, I would like to see you DoorDash, but I do understand why you don't want to stream it. It's a pretty good haul. That's a good sized buck. Even for a young buck too. Good. See that? You can see him up there. He's hanging out. I don't have him on the wall yet because I haven't attached him to that plaque. I need to put some. So Lady Dozer had a cool idea. We take a little blowtorch or even one of those lighter blowtorches and kind of put some burn marks on it and then put a clear coat finish on it and then put the deer on there. And I kind of like that idea because I've had that plaque in the garage for 8 years because I did a project years ago for somebody for a Christmas gift, and I had an extra one that I made. It's just a basic board that I cut into a 8x10, and then I routed the edges. But very simple, very simple. Ooh, elk is your favorite. Nice. Very satisfying to do yourself. That yes, very. It's very good to take your own. Take the deer. Be grateful for it because I don't hunt for the trophy. I just happened to see some trophies this year that were so much bigger. Like that one up there, that 8-point on the wall behind me. It's a big one. It's pretty good. Good spread. But compared to the 2 that I saw opening day, guys, it just, man. I got to find my deliveries in. It's going to be what it's going to be. If you're upset and angry, people will feel it and they don't like tipping. Always give them a smile. They don't tip because they're fucking cheap bastards, Prince of the Air Jr. I don't give any negative energy towards them whenever I'm delivering. And I usually do it by order instead of by time. If you earn by time, you can't see if they tip or not until you deliver. You don't, so that when you make the delivery and then you click complete, then it tells you how much you made. And if you made $2, you didn't get tipped because they're faggots. If you have somebody delivering your food or delivering your groceries, don't be a piece of shit. If they do the job well, which means pretty much doing the job, they're not an asshole, they're positive in their communications, which I am, you should tip. I don't care how broke I am. If somebody is doing a service for me like that, I tip them because you're not getting much for those orders if you don't get tips. So, yeah. No, not to DoorDash. Yeah. DoorDashing is expensive. It is. It's much cheaper to just go get it yourself. Same thing with the groceries. They have to have a fee on there for the driver. DoorDash fucks over the drivers, though. Just saying. You tip pretty waitresses. Well, I could put a skirt on if that would make it better. I've been told I have beautiful eyelashes. Okay, Sertorius. I've been told I have beautiful eyelashes. Get hit with an airbrush. Take some practice though. Alcohol lamp. What alcohol lamp? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm confuzzled. You get peace with cheapskates, yeah. Yeah. Now, if it's like, if it's a situation where somebody's getting paid an hourly for the blackening. Oh, interesting. Okay, you could use an alcohol lamp, maybe, or, airbrush, take some practice. So that would be on Lady Dozer to do that with the airbrush. She's artsy. She's crafty. I can, do some woodworking. That's about the extent of my craftiness. What's up, JDL37? Shucks, you're late. You are late. Guess what? If you're just popping in, which I see we have a few more people here in the chat, I will be doing a Dozer Den DJ hour tomorrow night and on Saturday. So it'll be a twofer. Merry Christmas. I don't think I'm going to be streaming on Christmas right now. Maybe. I kind of doubt it. We'll see. Maybe I'll feel like streaming on Christmas. Maybe we'll watch a Christmas show. I don't know. But I am sorry that I wasn't present on Saturday. Had to put together a playset. Links in the description for the Discord if you want to go check that out. I've already showed it a couple times. But let's go ahead and get into the last topic. Guys, we have plasma beings that have been plaguing NASA spaceships. Oh my gosh. Did you guys know about that? I've heard about it. But we have a video here from Project Unity. I think they're on Rumble. Let me check really quick. Let me check the Rumble sphere. By the way, Rumble had like 3.3 million views on the boxing match, the Tate versus Demore, which that was also kind of a disappointing fight. Tate gassed out, Demore gassed out, but Demore was clearly crisper than Tate was. Tate's older. It's like old buck that's been chilling versus the new buck that's actually been practicing pretty much. That's the vibe I got from it, and it was a lot of hugging. I will say Tate probably had the first 2 rounds in that fight. Then after that, it pretty much went downhill. He got gassed, got tired. Yeah. What's up, Schma? Good to see ya. It's Meowdy, brothers and friends. Salute. Guys, if you haven't followed Schma yet, Demon Kitty VTuber on the Rumbles. Only VTuber I watch. She's actually entertaining and does some pretty good gameplay too. So, and of course, she has the duckies, y'all. She has the duckies. Check her out. Give her a follow. You were playing that cool Rudolph game at like 7 a.m. this morning. I get up in the morning, you get on Rumble. I see Schma still streaming 5+ hours. Give me Spyro vibes. It's cool. Was definitely not watching it on the way to work. Look at that. Sangland. Putting up the link. Bam. There you go. Let me see. What was I looking for? Oh my God. Did I squirrel, guys? I squirreled. Oh no. Somebody remind me. What was I looking for? The Brown Killer is connected to the MIT professor. That's what they're saying, Mr. Chillman. That's what they're saying. Again, apparently the Brown shooter is related to the MIT like nuclear physicist or something like that was shot, right? And again, guys, read the sign. Read the sign. Everything is fake and gay at this point. Ugh. We got a sign for it now. It's official. It is official. Plasma dragons. Project Unity. I was going to look on Rumble for Project Unity. Thank you, Lore Blades. Thank you very much. Let me see. It could be under Jay Anderson or Project Unity. I don't know. Oh, it's on here. It's on here, but have they uploaded? That's the rub. 8 months ago. Damn it. It's got 1,680 something followers. They gave up. Wait. Yeah, the last one they put on here was 8 months ago. They were putting up some videos for a minute there, though. Getting 1,000 views here, 1,000 views there. Wasn't doing bad. I mean, it's not YouTube views, but he was uploading until 8 months ago. I'm gonna bug him on X and tell him he should start posting to Rumble again, so I don't have to find him on YouTube. He might listen. He interacts with the people, so that's kind of cool. Ooh, JDL37, are you getting you're getting surgery tomorrow? Prayers up for you, JDL37, for it's a hernia surgery, isn't it? Prayers up for you that you're able to do the prep well. Gosh, the NPO at midnight probably, right? Or before that, maybe, depending on how early your surgery is. A lot of times they like to do them early in the morning. But I pray that everything goes well for you. Hope the doctors are guided in their endeavors to help cure what ails you with the blade. And I do hope that the recovery time isn't too terrible, JDL37. Let's get into the plasma beings on the YouTubes. And we'll stop and respond to some of the claims that are made and the things and stuff and things. Let me get rid of this real quick so you guys can see everything. Apparently, nearly 24 hours after the electromagnetic tethered satellite began generating electromagnetic pulses, dozens, then hundreds, then thousands of pulsating extraterrestrial plasmas approached and gathered close by. The tether is approximately 12 miles in length. Filmed by STS-75. Cone-shaped plasma approaches, and what are those? What are those, guys? Oh. I don't know. Apparently, chlorine dioxide is the universal antidote. Will save your butt. Not medical advice. Do your own research. Chlorine dioxide. I've heard chlorine's good for you. like cleaning out the sinuses and stuff. Let's get into it. Project Unity with a piece here. Let's listen.
Fascinating paper that was published in the Journal of Physics on the subject of extraterrestrials, living plasma, and UFO phenomena. These plasmas have been filmed accelerating, slowing down.
Does that not remind you of like a petri dish and bacteria in a petri dish, guys?
Stopping.
Right? Apparently that's space. Unless space is fake and gay.
Congregating and even engaging in what they believe to be hunter or predatory-like behavior. Plasmas up to 1 kilometer in size, behaving similarly to multicellular organisms. And I haven't seen anyone discussing this multinational,
Nice scarf there, Jay.
Institute, multi-scientist, peer-reviewed, and prestigiously published research paper
Sea
into
monkeys.
something so exotic and quite frankly paranormal as this. Now, the paper in question was published in the Journal of Modern Physics, Volume 15, in February 2024. It was authored by 11 different scientists representing 11 separate scientific institutions, and it's titled Extraterrestrial Life in the Thermosphere, Plasmas, UAP, Pre-Life, and the Fourth State.
Now, really quick, just because it was published in a scientific journal doesn't necessarily mean that it's, you know, the top tier. Some things get published in journals that definitely shouldn't be seen as authoritative sources or meaningful. This could be, though. This is interesting. We got a lot of sources.
Of matter. This highly unconventional study into the exotic properties of plasma phenomenon was a serious multinational scientific endeavor that involved the Astrobiology Research Center in California, the Department of Astronomy in Arizona, the Biogeosciences Laboratory at the University of Burgundy in France, the Department of Biology at Naples University in Italy, the Department of Applied Physics
Naples
in Palestine's Polytechnic University, Department of Research and Innovation at the Eco-Astronomy International Research Center in Morocco, Space Explorational Limited in Ireland, Department of Zoology at Oklahoma State University, Department of Science and Medicine at Tuscany University in Italy, Center for Astrophysics and Space Sciences at University of California, and the Center for Astrophysics for Harvard Smithsonian. Now that's a pretty serious
Yeah, we're doing a bit of an appeal to authority here, Jay.
Institute multidiscipline scientific investigation into intelligent plasma phenomenon. This fascinating paper started to get me thinking about my own experiences with so-called UFO phenomena. For many of my newer subscribers, this might be news to you, but for those of you who've been around for a few years, you'll know that I'm an experiencer of UFO phenomena, specifically orbs of light. And my own experiences were in fact intentional. I wasn't expecting to see orbs. I don't know what I was expecting to see, but I was outside in my own back garden at nighttime with the intention in my mind of having an experience, and I did. And we'll talk more about these experiences later. For now, I want to discuss this study into plasma phenomena, and we will see how it begins to correlate with not only the UFO phenomenon and my own experiences, but can also provide some form of explanatory framework for understanding the consciousness connection between UFO events and human observers. This is pretty mind-blowing. The study describes plasmas up to 1 kilometer in size, behaving similarly to multicellular organisms, and saying that these have been filmed on 10 separate NASA space shuttle missions over 200 miles above Earth within the thermosphere. Now, this in of itself is fascinating and not without merit. There are some publicly available documented incidents of very strange light phenomena that appear almost organic and multicellular in their behaviors and appearance that have been captured through official...
Just because they appear that way doesn't mean they necessarily are, though. Now, I am thinking that there might be a component of that. You guys seen that movie Nope? It's a fun movie. Horrifying at the same time. kind of a similar theme there. JDL 37, no UFOs or drones out tonight. Well, darn.
Board
Cloudy where I'm
cameras during NASA missions, one of the most famous being the STS-75 mission and the UFO activity that came with it, which we will discuss during this video, because these STS missions and the subsequent anomalous phenomena that came with these particular missions
Thanks to
is something
Schma
that's
for a
referenced
comment
by
on
the
the video on
scientists
Rumble.
in this
Appreciate you.
very
Don't forget to
interesting
repost the
study
stream,
on
guys.
plasma phenomena. The paper goes on to describe how these self-illuminated plasmas are attracted to and may feed on electromagnetic radiation. Now, this is particularly
So
fascinating.
attracted to and will feed on the electromagnetic radiation. I wonder if it gets into how they are determining that it's feeding off of. So attracted to, I could see how you'd be able to observe that. Feeding off of the electromagnetic radiation from the ship or whatever. Are they getting brighter? Are you measuring the heat or the electromagnetic radiation from the things? I don't know. Prince of the Air Jr. says, I feel like plasma is similar to the probability field. It's got infinite probabilities contained within it. Possibly. Fourth state of matter. Plasma, guys. Could be.
Because it's something that's highlighted in the paper's abstract, but also ties directly into what I believe to be, quite frankly, an integral mechanism biophysically, bioenergetically within ourselves that allowed me to have the experiences I did with these light orbs or plasma phenomena. Although I'm not certain that the phenomena being studied in this research paper is the same phenomena that I myself experienced, I think that what we have here is a provocative explanation, at the very least, a means of establishing some form of baseline for trying to.
Guys, if you haven't followed Project Unity on YouTube and on Rumble and on, well, Jay Anderson on X, I don't know if Project Unity has an X page. They probably do. You should check them out. Really interesting stuff. Lord Blade says fake and gay. Oh, no. I don't know. Those were interesting, though. Those were interesting. If those are actual, like, recordings of space, which that's what they're saying they are, we take it at face value, it's interesting.
To understand what we could be dealing with here before scaling up towards more ethereal and esoteric explanations. What we have here is a scientific study into the observations of novel behaviors attributed to what is called self-organizing plasma.
I need to get a Santa Claus hat. I should have had that as one of the options for this last couple weeks. If we reach hat goal, Santa Claus hat tomorrow night. I'm gonna go buy a Santa Claus hat before I come home.
Now, I've interviewed and spoken with a number of individuals, some of which are extremely high-level SCI security clearance holding aerospace engineers and physicists for the US government, who will tell you just how important it is for us to understand plasma at a deeper level. One of those individuals being the US Space Force physicist, my friend Dr. Salvatore Pais, who has highlighted several times in our various conversations the importance of understanding the role of plasma.
He does do that. He does make some pretty assumptive leaps. I'll agree with you on that. His stuff about ancient archaeology is a little bit more down to earth. Get it? But yeah, there's some assumptions here for sure. It's interesting though. Gets the juices flowing.
And also as it applies to the development of next generation technologies, as described in Dr. Pais's various exotic energy system patents on behalf of the US Navy.
Control motion of electrically charged matter, usually from solid, of course, to plasma, plasma being the so-called fourth state of matter.
He said solid. Solid. What salad? What salad are you talking about, Salvatore? I know he said solid.
Under conditions of accelerated spin and or accelerated vibration, extremely high energy densities, and hence electron.
From Nikola Tesla, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Agreed.
Magnetic energy fluxes can be generated. We would need something else than, how should I say, than charged solids, because the capacitance of charged solids, electrically charged solids, is usually pretty low. So if you think of charge as capacitance times voltage, you must have extremely high voltages. Maybe the way to reach the Schwinger limit is not by the use of
Schwinger.
charged solids, but by the use of plasmas. So that would be the resurgence of the Bice effect, the idea that if you push a cold plasma, which is really, when you think of plasma, you really think of extremely high heated gases to the point that the electrons disassociate from the nucleus. They actually liberate themselves from the nucleus because of the extremely high temperature, high energies involved. But in this case, a quote unquote cold plasma has to do.
There you go, Laura Blades. Vibration, as in sound. God spoke everything into existence. Bingo. Bingo.
With a non-Gaussian out, actually non-Maxwellian.
Who says, in cold plasma, the electrons don't move like you might expect in a normal, quote-unquote, gas or plasma, where their speeds follow a smooth, predictable pattern called a Maxwellian distribution. Instead, their speeds are uneven, with some electrons moving much faster or slower than the average. This unusual behavior is key to the unique properties of cold plasma, like its ability to interact gently with materials without generating a lot of heat. Huh. So how did they get to that state in the first place, though?
Distribution of the electrons within the plasma. There are ways to get cold plasmas. Yeah, they actually exist, and you can Google them and see exactly how that can be done. But it has to be done. It has to be oscillated at certain frequencies. It's not easy to obtain. But in my opinion, it's much better to do so with plasmas than with charged solids. So I'll just leave it at that. Saying anything further would be like an E-cube thing, and not a good idea.
I'd love for you to give your thoughts on plasma in general and the possibility of self-organizing plasmic intelligences. How can plasma be technologically? Are there bridges between mystical insights and frontier physics when it comes to studying something like plasma phenomena? How important is it?
Hans Alfvén, as a matter of fact, believe very much that the plasma under certain conditions, especially when driven far from equilibrium, can gain attributes, characteristics that could be interpreted as consciousness. So, under certain conditions, plasma could actually be regarded as a living entity.
I hope he elaborates.
Now, exactly how that could be achieved, I have no knowledge of. However, look into a book written rather recently by Dr. Joseph P. Farrell. Farrell, is it?
Yeah, Joseph P. Farrell. I'm pretty sure you're going to talk about the demon in the Equor.
The demon in the Equor. He has some fascinating reasons.
The demon in the Equor. Angels, demons, plasmas, patristics, and pyramids. Well, that sounds fun. I'm going to look that up later. You know, I say that all the time and then I don't do it. I'm actually going to do it. This one looks fun. I want to read that one. What's up, Chops, over there on Pilled? Hello. Thanks for the red pill and the repost.
Says that he is done there. You have to refer to his earlier books on the cosmic war and so forth. The whole idea of the Anunnaki, the children of heaven and earth, supposedly the god Enki, that was the creator of mankind, him, and I believe the goddess' name was Ninursag. They were the geneticists of the bunch. There were 7 of them, 7 Anunnaki gods. Very interesting. The Enuma Elish, the book or the Sumerian book of creation, is something that should be looked at very carefully. It might give you an idea of the origins, the true origins of mankind. But anyway, I'm diverging on many a topic. I recommend this book greatly. He speaks of Hans Alfvén's interests in understanding how plasma could become a life form. I am not sure if plasma is a life form by itself. So in other words, it's under certain conditions.
Lord Blades, you and I are on the same wavelength on that. I was thinking of the the Anunnaki and a lot of the beings present with like Egyptian mythology and the polytheistic religions, and I was thinking of maybe they were misinterpreting them as angels, which I could see how you would call them a god. I mean, yeah, they do some godlike things. So yeah, just about right. That's what I was thinking. Late Night Ramblings agrees.
That the property of consciousness of plasma comes
Maybe
into
not even fallen angels. Maybe angels that were tasked with certain, had certain tasks from, God. I don't know.
being.
Plasma applications are certainly a key focus in the classified world of black projects and special access programs. And this has likely been the case for a very
Excuse you, projects of color.
long time. Now, the paper continues on in its abstract, describing the various observed morphologies of these plasmas, which included 4 primary observed shapes. The first observed shape was a cone, the second a cloud, the third a donut, and the fourth a spherical or cylindrical object. Now, again, I find this extremely interesting from a personal perspective because my own experiences did involve a cloud that turned out to not actually be a cloud. And we'll talk more on that later. Just the abstract alone in this paper is fascinating and seems to have been almost completely ignored by researchers with podcasts on these subjects. I mean, I haven't seen anyone discussing this multinational, multi-institute, multi-scientist, peer-reviewed, and prestigiously published research paper into something so exotic and, quite frankly, paranormal as this. Because what they're observing and studying in this paper absolutely shares direct correlations with observed patterns in UFO events. Kind of crazy that no one's talking about this, to be honest. So the paper...
I think there's been quite a few people that have talked about plasmas or energy. Maybe some of these craft or UFOs might be energy beings or somewhat conscious energy bubbles or something like that. Would the good angels let themselves be worshipped as gods? Seems unlikely. Feels like a fallen angel move. True, but what if they were just kind of doing their thing and all of a sudden man started worshiping them and then they're like, wait, what are you doing? No, don't do that. But man was already doing what man was doing and they were just focused on doing their thing, right? And they're like, I would think like beings like that, their concept of time would be way different than ours because we're fleeting. They're, around for a good long while compared to us. So like they might have just been doing their work and doing their thing, and then all of a sudden they look down and they're like, "Ah, shit, they're worshiping us now." I don't know.
It continues on to say that these plasma forms have been observed and recorded flying towards and descending from the thermosphere into thunderstorms, congregating by the hundreds and interacting with satellite generating electromagnetic activity, approaching space shuttles. Now, that's a fascinating claim, and honestly, as a UFO researcher, what I find even more interesting here is the lack of the usual suspects that at this point raise my red flags. I'm sorry if that upsets some of you. I'm sorry if this upsets a few people, but I'm not seeing the names of people in the DoD or CIA affiliated arenas like Puthoff or Davis or Nolan or Loeb. And they're not referencing insider sources like Elizondo or Semivan. And from what I can see, these scientists...
I don't trust Elizondo as far as I could throw him. He's a big guy. I could probably toss him, though. Elizondo is a literal disinformation agent. At least that's what he was when he was working for the intel agencies. And if you aren't a little bit suspicious, well...
So not trying to sell books on UFOs or going to the conference circuit or making big documentaries. So to me, this is actually a good sign at this stage in the game.
Oh.
I hate to say it.
He's okay. So he's saying it's a good... I should have shut up, shouldn't I? Yeah.
But it is a good sign. Now, their observations of swarming behavior appears to be primarily based upon the characteristics of light-based anomalies on the various STS missions conducted by NASA, specifically STS 75, 80, and 119. So STS stood for Space Transportation System, more commonly known as the Space Shuttle Program, and it operated from 1981 to 2011 as the backbone of American human spaceflight. Across 135 missions, the reusable orbiters Columbia, Challenger, Discovery, Atlantis, and Endeavour carried astronauts into low Earth orbit to deploy satellites, service the Hubble Space Telescope, construct the International Space Station, and conduct experiments in microgravity, material science, and atmospheric physics. Among these missions, STS 75, 80, and 119 stand out for distinct reasons. Launched in February 96, STS-75, Columbia, was the second flight of the tethered satellite system. Now, this was a joint NASA-Italian Space Agency experiment designed to study how a conducting tether could generate electricity as it moved through Earth's magnetic field. The mission achieved nearly full deployment of a 20-kilometer-long tether before electrical arcing caused it to snap. The free-floating satellite and tether produced striking footage showing hundreds of luminous disc-like objects drifting through the frame.
What?
Many of them seem to be showing controlled stopping, reversal, and other directional changes, suggesting intelligent control. Although officially these were identified as illuminated ice particles, many have pointed out the discrepancies between the behavior of such particles and the observed behaviors of the phenomena present in the STS-75 footage. Later that same year, STS-80, Columbia, launched in November 1996 and became the longest shuttle mission to date. Lasting 17 days, it deployed and retrieved two free-flying science platforms, Orpheus SPAS-2 for ultraviolet astronomy and the Wake Shield Facility 3, which tested ultra-pure semiconductor film production in the vacuum of orbit. During the mission, external cameras again recorded circular luminous objects moving through space, similar to those seen on STS-75. These events form part of the basis for studying in this research paper, which then goes on to say that computerized analysis of flight path trajectories documents these plasmas travel at different velocities from different directions and change their angle of trajectory, making 45, 90, and 180 degree shifts. And
yeah, that's not just random stuff floating through space doing that. Somebody's controlling those, or they're moving on their own. Some particles can attract or repel each other. Doesn't necessarily point to deliberate decision making. That's a fair point, Lord Blades. That's a fair point. I don't know though. That's quite a bit of movement.
And follow each other. This is likely in direct reference to the STS-75 tether incident, because someone online, I have no idea who, had the brilliant idea of motion tracking the flight path of each individual object in the STS-75 tether footage, because there are so many of these orbs or disks that it can be really difficult to follow the direction of a single one. This video highlights each object's flight path and makes it far easier to see individual directional changes that clearly demonstrate that these objects...
Oh, yeah, that one went up, stopped, and then came back. That's interesting.
Objects are not free-floating debris in space, but are in some way under a form of intelligent control. The paper goes on to say that these...
Yeah, the stopping and then changing direction. I don't know. It's interesting. Very interesting.
Plasmas have been filmed accelerating, slowing down, stopping, congregating, and even engaging in what they believe to be hunter or predatory-like behavior, as well as producing a plasma dust trail in their wake when intersecting with one another. The paper mentions that similar lifelike behaviors have been demonstrated by plasmas created experimentally, which is absolutely true. In fact, some of the most fascinating conversations I had years ago were with an individual who wishes to remain anonymous. We titled him Mr. X, And our conversations were a fascinating deep dive into the exotic research frontiers of high energy plasma physics and phenomena called exotic vacuum objects, or EVOs, and self-organizing plasma.
There have been exotic energy technologies that have been developed and either abandoned, forgotten, or in many cases suppressed over the last 100 years or more, going all the way back to Nikola Tesla. Now we have companies like the Sapphire Project, and even though they do not claim that they are utilizing EVOs with their technology, the Sapphire Project are utilizing self-organizing plasmas in their reactor to produce transmutation of elements and massive excess heat. And so we're moving in a positive direction. You know, what's really interesting is with these self-organizing plasmas, which I hope we'll get into a little bit more in the conversation, they may have superconducting properties because, for example, an EVO is just a self-organizing construct of electrons and positive ions, and they self-organize out of chaos. They are working against entropy to self-organize, and they can develop a very narrow membrane of electrons, but they're not really individual electrons anymore. Around the exterior, they have lost their individual identity. They have become more like a Bose-Einstein condensate. And they may have superconducting properties, and that may be one of the reasons why EVOs, exotic vacuum objects, and there's other names for EVOs. You know, you can call them plasmoids, you can call them erzions, you can call them by a bunch of different names, but these EVOs produce a wide variety of anomalies that have been detected over and over again, and I think it's part of that superconductive nature of the exterior membrane that gives them some of those abilities.
I'll put a lot of speculation here. Whole lot of speculation, but I mean, if you got some of the science to kind of back up those hypotheses, maybe, perhaps.
The link to our various talks on these subjects in the description box below. Definitely worth checking out if you want to learn more about these exotic forms of plasma and how they've been observed in lab environments to behave in ways that would indicate the presence of some form of intelligence, coherence. Definitely check those out after listening to this video. The paper also references the historical testimonies during World War II that came from both.
Don't forget to smash the like button and share the stream out. Repost, sharing the link out in all the places helps the channel grow, guys. The plasma is filmed by 10 different shuttle missions, change shape, and can be up to 1 kilometer or more in size. Many also engage in different behavior that can be linked to Carl Sagan's hunters, floaters, sinkers, and scavengers, as documented by STS-80, 119, and 75. Plasmas descend into thunderstorms as single plasmas, or in groups of 2 or 3 or more, followed by yet others, such that entire fleets of plasmas may descend into the troposphere, which extends from the ground level to 10 kilometers, 33,000 feet above the surface. It can be predicted that these plasmas might also be attracted to the radio signals, sources of heat, and electricity generated by propeller and jet-propelled aircraft, and when observed, classified as UFOs, UAPs, or as was common in the Second World War, Foo Fighters.
Allied and Axis fighters. These were especially prevalent with pilots in aerial combat theater who observed balls of light outside their aircraft. So common, in fact, was this phenomenon that the American pilots dubbed them as Foo Fighters, and there was some speculation amongst the Allied force leadership that these could be some form of Axis Wunderwaffe, a German superweapon of some kind. That was until intelligence reports came back detailing how German pilots were giving similar testimonies with the same level of confusion as to the origin of these mysterious orbs. It was therefore concluded that neither the Allied nor Axis forces were responsible, and the Foo Fighters remained an unexplained mystery. The paper mentions that these phenomena have been observed and filmed by astronauts and military pilots, and subsequently classified as a form of unidentified aerial or anomalous phenomena, UAP, previously known
By the way, Neuro, we're having a Dozer Den DJ hour tomorrow night and on Saturday. We're going to have 2 Dozer Den DJ hours in this week of Christmas because I missed on Saturday because I was putting up that swing set. So I feel like I got to make it up. Yes, repost to spread the word. Appreciate you, Neuro.
As UFO.
Mod King in the chat.
The abstract of the paper concludes that plasmas are not biological, but may represent a form of pre-life, that via the incorporation of elements common in space could result in the synthesis of RNA. RNA in the human body catalyzes chemical reactions.
So plasmas are considered a fourth state of matter. Can they also be considered a form of pre-life or non-biological fourth domain of life? Are they alive? Might some dusty plasmas represent a step between the non-living and living matter? According to Alphavin, these complex gravity-free plasmas naturally self-organize into stable, spheroid, cloud-like, and corkscrew-shaped structures and contain cellular membranes. Huh. Interesting. Experimentally created plasmas are sometimes observed to have a nucleus or void at the center, much like many plasmas observed in space. If that nucleus contains plasma carbonaceous chondrite dust crystals, might those crystals confer RNA and the then DNA-like properties of the plasma? Huh, interesting.
It stores and transmits genetic information like
Appreciate ya,
DNA. So this duality makes
Silva
RNA
Germ.
the leading candidate in what we call the
Thanks for saying
RNA
hi in
world
the chat, by the way.
hypothesis. The
Good
idea
to see
that
ya.
early life
Don't forget
on
to smash the
Earth
like button, too,
began
y'all.
with self-replicating RNA molecules that both stored information and then catalyzed their own replication, eventually giving rise to DNA and proteins. So these researchers are proposing that the same kind of process might occur in the vacuum of space in order to form these self-organized plasmic life forms, which is just fascinating as a possibility.
73 extraterrestrial and 19 terrestrial amino acids have so far been identified in carbonaceous chondrites. What? Extraterrestrial? These molecules and amino... okay. So I mean, like, probably stuff that's landed here from, like, meteorites or stuff like that. That's probably what that means. Huh. Apparently, glycine and tryptophan have been identified in the interstellar medium. Tryptophan is an essential for protein formation. Thereafter, the combination of hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, cyanide, and amino acids, they could combine to create adenine, which is an RNA and DNA base.
And again, it ties into ideas I have surrounding my own experiences with orbs of light. The paper's abstract ends by saying that plasma constitutes a fourth state of matter. This, again, is something that Salvatore Pais has said to me many, many times.
Otar, why do you
and
want
how
to fuck the plasmoids? Leave the plasma beings alone. They're here to enlighten us, not get laid. Gosh.
Important it is for us to recognize this, and that these plasmas are attracted to electromagnetic energy, which again is key for my ideas around my own contact experiences. And the paper says that when they're observed in the lower atmosphere, they likely do account for many of the UAP sightings over the centuries, which frankly I would agree with. I think this is very likely, not for every experience, but certainly the orb phenomena, which has been prevalent all the way through human history. This could be a very high quality scenario explanation for what these actually are. So how does this all relate to my own UFO experiences? Well, this is where we have to leave the territory covered in this incredible research paper,
right?
And begin our own information synthesis, because in order to discuss my UFO experiences, we have to first talk about and gain a better understanding of biophysics, the physics behind our biology. It may sound incredible, but our thoughts and our intentions are linked to electromagnetic activity in the body. The brain and nervous system function through electrical impulse, and when neurons fire in synchrony, they...
Guys, we're pretty much cyborgs. We have a computer in our skull. We have nerves going throughout our body, controlling movement and sending impulses and attaining information and processing and sending that information to the brain to process the information. Those are like the wires. Just saying. We're kind of like cyborgs. Very, very complex cyborgs.
produce measurable electromagnetic waves. This is what an EEG reads. Some scientists would even argue that consciousness itself is an emergent electromagnetic field created by coordinated neural firing. But I would argue more towards a receiver model of brain body mind cohesion, that our bodies are highly complex biological antennas for receiving a fundamental creative force that we call consciousness. But what I want to stress here is that these ideas of auras and chakras and energy points, it's not just woo-woo hippie new age stuff, okay? It's been dismissed through that stereotype, but we know quite literally that our bodies are energetic.
Well, that's
when you
true.
concentrate or meditate, the patterns of brainwave shift. Advanced meditators have been shown to produce very coherent, high-frequency brainwaves.
Job says we are souls operating meat mecha suits, now with microplastic. That's the extra. That's the update. Microplastics. Yeah, that kind of sounds. That's accurate.
Such as gamma oscillations that indicate that many neurons are oscillating in unison. On an even deeper level, the controversial orchestrated objective reduction theory, or ORC-OR, by physicists Roger Penrose and anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff, who I had an incredible interview on this subject with, if you want to get deeper into the quantum consciousness model that these two brilliant people are looking at. But they posit that quantum level processes in the microtubules inside.
I was talking with my boss about consciousness earlier today. My hypothesis that pretty much human beings physically probably don't time travel or can't, but the consciousness is abstract and might not be subject to the constraints. So, deja vu, guys. Feel like you've been there before. Well, maybe your physical body hasn't, and it's just catching up to your consciousness. Your consciousness might have already experienced the thing. It's a thought.
Your neurons, these tiny little components inside our neurons, these might actually underline consciousness. Remarkably, emerging evidence shows that microtubule networks in neurons can support ultra-fast electrical oscillations, essentially resonating at frequencies from kilohertz to gigahertz and even terahertz scales. These are essentially electromagnetic vibrations at the subcellular level. During ordinary states, such signals might be incoherent and cancel out. But if one enters a focused, coherent mental state, say deep meditation or intense intentionality, these tiny vibrations could synchronize, amplifying like an orchestra playing in tune.
There has to be entanglement in the brain, and I think fundamentally the brain, consciousness at least, is a quantum system embedded in a classical system. The microtubules themselves, they're inside neurons. They're made of proteins called tubulin, these peanut-shaped proteins that self-assemble into microtubules, and there's about 1 billion tubulins per neuron, and depending on hundreds, let's say, of microtubules. We need something in biology to quite literally orchestrate these objective reduction events and turn the proto-conscious noise into Beethoven or Brahms or the Beatles or whatever. That's what the microtubules do.
In principle, a human brain in a highly coherent state could act like a broadcast source of organized electromagnetic waves, a biological transmitter of intention. In addition to the brain.
Or Blades, if you're talking about the time travel type aspect that I was discussing earlier, not necessarily astral projection. I'm thinking more your consciousness might be doing its own thing sometimes. Like it might have possibly when you sleep, who knows? I don't know. It's just very interesting. Very. If you're trying to do the hyper-focus stuff, demineralize your pineal gland of fluoride. I have been using toothpaste, charcoal toothpaste with no fluoride in it. I think it's the Hello brand. I like it. Seems to do pretty good. Makes my teeth shiny and white.
The human body has other electromagnetically active systems. The heart, for example,
When you're just talking about focusing on it and meditating on it, and then you getting the experiences or altering the experience with these things, it made me think of the double slit experiment, where the observation The measurement changes the action. Just simply observing changes the action.
Creates a strong rhythmic magnetic field that extends beyond the body. Practitioners of techniques like heart-brain coherence meditation can actually bring these fields into stronger alignment. Again, it sounds like hippie woo-woo stuff until you look at it from a strictly electrochemical biophysiological level. All of this suggests that when you hold a clear intention or enter a meditative state of focus, your body's electromagnetic field isn't static.
I haven't worked on lucid dreaming in a while. I did for a minute there. I've had times where I've gone back into a dream because I woke up and I was not done with the dream. I didn't resolve the issue. And so I fell back asleep with the goal in mind to go right back where I was and pick up where I left off in the dream and then finish out the task. Done that a couple times.
It becomes more ordered and potentially stronger as a signal. Humans can emit detectable electromagnetic energy and even light when focused. At the Rhine Research Center, scientists used light-sensitive equipment to test people during intense mental concentration, such as healers projecting energy
Interesting
or
chops.
meditators sending intentions. They found that some individuals could willfully produce bursts of infrared and ultraviolet light from their bodies well above baseline levels. In one series of tests, meditation groups spiked the ambient UV photon counts up to 100,000 times higher than normal when they projected intention. And the counts
Interesting.
dropped back when they stopped focusing. So this isn't visible light, but it's real electromagnetic radiation measured by detectors. Likewise, other studies on biofield emissions have recorded ultra-weak photon release, what's called biophotons, from humans that correlate with mental intention. For example, healers concentrating on emitting chi from their hands showed significant increase in biophotonic output during the intention period. Overall, researchers have observed that biophoton emissions can be modulated by conscious intention and altered by mind-body states. In simple terms, when you focus your mind, whether through prayer, meditation, or the directed desire to communicate, your body seems to literally shine a little more, albeit invisibly to our own eyes. And its electromagnetic fields become more pronounced. We're only beginning to understand this bioenergetic aspect of consciousness, but it suggests a mechanism by which the mind can interface with the environment through physics. If we put the pieces together, a plausible scenario emerges to explain the experiences that I had with orange orbs that I feel responded to my thoughts. The plasma UAP study...
That's getting a little bit woo there. Responding to your thoughts. That'd be interesting. I kind of doubt it, but so a few times you've chosen what you dream about. Nice. I haven't really tried to lucid dream in a minute. Might do that tonight. Who knows?
Indicates that these living plasma, these UFOs, are attracted to electromagnetic radiation and hotspots of energy. When I went outside with a strong, coherent intention to make some form of contact, essentially broadcasting a mental invitation to beings of light, I may have unknowingly turned myself into an EM beacon of some form. In a meditative or trance-like state of focused consciousness, my brain's neural oscillations and perhaps even quantum-level vibrations in microtubules could have become unusually synchronized. This could translate into a surging, structured electromagnetic field around me, rich in oscillating frequencies and maybe even bursts of photons tied to my intention. And it's fascinating to note that in some esoteric traditions, enlightened or meditative individuals are depicted with a halo or a glow, perhaps an ancient artistic nod to this subtle light body that we can emit when we're in states of higher levels of consciousness. And by the way, I'm not trying to say I'm an enlightened being. I think that we have the capability of slipping into these states, but this isn't the typical human experience. 99% of my time, I would consider myself to be relatively unenlightened. And I have moments and flashes of intuition and experiences like this. So I think it's more about we're capable of falling into these more sublime, more natural, more fundamental states of consciousness, which ultimately we're actually trying to get back towards. But don't put yourself on a pedestal and say that you're able to do that 24/7. No one in the human world is capable of doing that 24/7, and I'm certainly not saying that. But I think that there is definitely, a level of correlation between the depictions of the light body and the actual electromagnetic processes that are happening in your body when you get into meditative and deeper or more expansive states of consciousness. And if a plasma-based intelligence in the vicinity feeds on electromagnetic energy, it could detect these kind of energetic changes. I have to
Okay.
think of my own focused mind as almost like turning on a small lighthouse, a subtle, non-random electromagnetic signal that's radiating into the night sky, into reality. Perhaps to some form of plasmic entity, this could stand out against the background noise of the vacuum. In the same way that the tether in the STS-75 drew in dozens of plasma orbs by emitting a strong electromagnetic field, perhaps
So they still really haven't said how they were feeding off of the electromagnetic field of the craft. But apparently they were. There hasn't really been much of an explanation for that yet. By the way, guys, talking about feeding, if you're getting hungry and you want yourself a healthy snack to munch on in the evenings or in whenever, you should go to BiltongUSA.com. Use promo code DOZER for 10% off for your order of the fantastic meat that is Biltong. Anton, King of Biltong, small-time South African immigrant that came to this country with a simple dream of spreading his meat across the land. You can help him achieve that goal, you awesome killdozers. You can get your butts over to www.biltongusa.com. Use promo code DOZER for 10% off. 10% off that awesome meat. It's what beef jerky wishes it could be. It's thicker. You can adjust the levels of moistness. You can eat it cold. You can eat it to room temperature, warmed up in the skillet on a leftover piece of cheese pizza. Whatever way you want to eat it, you can pretty much eat it that way. It's delicious. It's got bits of fat in it. Good seasonings. My favorite is the Wagyu peri peri. I actually gave some to the electric company guys that came out and fixed the power when we were out of power when it's 12 degrees. Lifesavers, guys. Lifesavers. Check them out, though. You know what? There is more than just meat at BiltongUSA.com, though. They have candies, various imported goods, teas, all kinds of good stuff. Check them out. Worth your dollar bills. And let them know Dozer sent you by using promo code Dozer. It's a very hearty meal. Or meal replacement, snack, protein, iron, zinc, magnesium, potassium, all kinds of good stuff. Creatine, good for the muscles and the brain, from what I understand. Check them out, though. BiltongUSA.com. Thanks, Mod King.
a human in deep, coherent meditation might draw the attention of a nearby plasmic phenomena, plasmic intelligence, and perhaps my thoughts broadcasted could be both metaphorically and physically real, a kind of biophysical invitation of some form. And these were the most visceral experiences I had with any form of phenomena. I had plenty of strange, fleeting light phenomena occurring in the starry night skies, but these four events, which I've spoken about on a number of YouTube videos, if you want to go through the channel and have a look at the testimonies that I've given on my own experiences, I had experiences with these orange orbs of light. And one of those experiences involved them coming down from the sky and hovering only a few feet above the roof of my house, 3-5 feet above the roof of my house. And, this was a life-changing series of experiences that catalyzed me into creating Project Unity and doing everything I'm doing now. So I find it very interesting that this paper, it just feels like there are some really interesting connections and correlations.
Name of this paper is Extraterrestrial Life in the Thermosphere, Plasma's UAP Pre-Life, Fourth State of Matter.
Between this idea of plasmic intelligence, and perhaps we're actually interfacing with another form of intelligence that's around us quite consistently, but is only making itself known to us when we produce a high enough electromagnetic burst, a high enough field. And maybe they're not even that intelligent and they just come and swim up to you because you're a form of energetic food source or a form of energetic enticement, like a moth to a flame. it's hard to know if there's an extreme degree of intelligence or if it's just a relatively animalistic but plasmic creature that is just responding intuitively or instinctively to your electromagnetic output. It's a very interesting concept. And if these plasma forms are a kind of proto-conscious life,
Is it the ultimate connect to everything? Maybe. Sam Duty says I drank some Coke in my dream the night before last, and my kidneys were hurting really bad as soon as I got up. And I don't drink Coke for that reason, unless I put alcohol in it. Pepsi doesn't hurt my kidneys. Well, Coke's just not your friend, apparently.
albeit not biological, but a form of life, it's conceivable that they might resonate with consciousness itself. In quantum biology, we can look at consciousness and quantum fields as intertwined. If orchestrated objective reduction, OR, is correct, conscious moments are essentially quantum states collapsing that are influenced by fundamental space-time geometry. So in a speculative vein, one could imagine a resonant coupling between a focused human mind and a plasma mind, perhaps via shared quantum frequencies or electromagnetic vibrations. While it's far from proven, this idea that mind can interact with matter via underlying fields is absolutely being explored at the frontiers of science. For instance, experiments in parapsychology have long reported that human intention can affect random number generators or even the behavior of cells at a distance, hinting that consciousness might have non-local influences, which I think it's
That's a shot of an article. Evidence for consciousness-related anomalies in random physical systems by Dean I. Radin and Roger D. Nelson. Speculations, this was May 6, 1988. Speculations about the role of consciousness in physical systems are frequently observed in the literature concerned with the interpretation of quantum mechanics. While only 3 experimental investigations can be found on this topic in physics journals, more than 800 relevant experiments have been reported in the literature of parapsychology. A well-defined body of empirical evidence from this domain was reviewed using meta-analytic techniques to assess methodological quality and overall effect size. Results showed effects conforming to chance expectation in control conditions and unequivocal non-chance effects in experimental conditions. This quantitative literature review agrees with the findings of 2 early reviews, suggesting the existence of some form of consciousness-related anomaly in random physical systems. Well, interesting. Very interesting. Here's Shane Cashman. Energy vampires. Yes. Yeah, that is interesting that you had a dream about drinking Coke and your kidneys hurt. Power of suggestion? Possibly. Or maybe you were sleep drinking Coca-Cola.
Does. If a plasma UAP, UFO phenomena has some form of awareness or sensitivity, it might literally sense an actively seeking consciousness and respond in kind. At the very least, the practical physics says it would notice a spike in local electromagnetic energy and perhaps it would be curious. So when I pushed out my intentions into the universe, which is absolutely how my orb experiences came into being, it started with me in my back garden getting into a basic meditative state and very clearly modeling my thoughts around the desire, the intention to have some form of contact, to have something reciprocate the same level of energy, the same thought process. That
Did he just say reciprocate? He meant reciprocate.
I was putting out there. If something wanted to respond in kind, I was opening that doorway in my mind and in my body and in my spirit.
I think you got to be careful with this kind of thing. I think you get yourself too open and you can open up to demons. Just saying.
You could say. And it worked because I had these orb experiences on multiple occasions when I was doing these practices. So I look at it less from a woo-woo spiritual perspective, but that has merit. I'm not mocking it, but the wider world has mocked that element of it for far too long. You have to recognize that it's kind of cringy. A lot of the ways in which people discuss these things, it's quite cheesy and, very spiritually leaning.
Really quick, Sojourn, thank you for the repost. Neurodiversion 1, thanks for the repost. Appreciate you guys. Guys, that does help out here on Rumble. When you repost on Rumble, everybody that follows you can see it, and it goes in the repost tab on the homepage. People that click on that can see the streams that are reposted. the thought is that more people will get eyes on the stream.
If you just look at it from a biochemical and biophysics standpoint and look at the bleeding edge of science and look at quantum physics in our microtubules inside the neurons and how the science is changing, you begin to recognize that actually there is a level of credulity to this that isn't being given its due diligence just yet, but it will be, because the
Not
proof
yet.
is coming. The proof is coming.
3 people
very
watching on the
quickly as we
YouTubes.
develop these models and
Hello
as we
to
begin
those
to
over there.
accelerate our understanding of the deeper layers of the kind of basement of reality in the quantum realm. Regardless, I just think that it's very interesting that these things are beginning to confirm the spiritual stuff. Even if you shrugged your shoulders and rolled your eyes at the
Sam Duty over
the
there.
kind of new age spiritual way of
Well,
looking
he's
at things,
commenting
there's a
from
lot
up
of
here.
evidence that's actually coming up in the biophysics departments. And so I think that this is a very interesting kind of correlatory symbiosis, this paper, this research paper on plasmic intelligence, because it opens up a door to understanding what you might be interacting with when you have these orb experiences.
God, it just brings me back to the story of the, Garden of Eden. Being open to the serpent. And the serpent influences you. I don't know.
When you interact, are you in some way?
There also were, angels and stuff like that. I was just reading with my kids in the children's Bible. We got to the story of Jacob wrestling the angel all night. He comes upon the angels on his travels back to Esau. After his stint with Laban for decades, from the sound of it, 14 to 20 years or something like that. So, I don't know. Oh, 2 of them are you, Sam Duty? Thank you. Appreciate you. I don't know.
Handshaking with a plasmic intelligence? Are you in some
Couple
way
of bots.
giving it a way of
one bot,
interacting
maybe.
with you? And this is, again, something that the Buddhists in spiritual tradition would call a tulpa, a psychic manifestation. They would say to ignore these orbs, that these are just part of the meditative journey. The real journey is to get to true silence and true darkness. Everything that pops up in
it wasn't in
on the
Sodom.
way
We're still
towards
early.
that journey, on the way towards that destination, should be ignored. Orbs and elves and UFOs and flying saucers, don't worry about all of that. It's distractions. They're baubles, Christmas baubles hanging up to be ignored. I don't know if I agree with that, but that's definitely one of the modes of thought for the Buddhists. But I think that this paper offers a very interesting thought experiment for what you might be actually seeing and interacting with when we have these phenomena come and visit us and experience us, because we're in these highly energetic states, and these seem to be drawn towards those kind of electromagnetic pulses and influxes in energy. So what do you think? Do you think that these orbs that people have been experiencing, myself included, perhaps yourself included, all the way through history, could they actually be a form of plasmic intelligence, not from another dimension or from another planet, but truly a part of the universal evolutionary dynamic on a plasma level? And if so, if plasma can be intelligent and these balls of light or these orbs of light are in some way a form of self-organized plasma, what does that say about the stars? If this is accurate, would that not suggest that the stars themselves could be some of the most conscious beings in the entire universe? Just some food for thought to consider if we're looking at plasma as an intelligence, because the sun, the stars, they are self-organized plasma. So very interesting. A link will be in the description box below for the research paper if you want to read it. I highly recommend you do. I think it's very interesting. Links to the discussions with Mr. X that I had years back on plasmic intelligence and exotic vacuum objects and self-organizing plasma, that's all going to be included in the description box below. Please do support me if you can on things like Patreon or by becoming a YouTube member. You get early access to my videos, like my documentaries and my interviews and things like that. And you also get access to our Discord server, which is a fantastic place to hang out. So it really helps, and it helps me grow my platform. It helps me commit as much time as I can to doing this kind of stuff. In the meantime, I have a lot of things in the pipeline. A pretty big announcement that I'm not going to say anything about. Just
This guy was on Joe Rogan recently, but the video, the show has not posted yet. When it does, I'm thinking we might watch it, because he has some really cool things to say. And if Joe Rogan can kind of pin him down on some things and ask him to flesh out some of his ideas, it might be interesting.
yet, other than the fact that I've got a pretty big announcement, but that's coming very soon. I have something pretty pretty awesome coming up. So looking forward to surprising you all with that. In the meantime, please do subscribe, like, share, comment, and thank you again. See you next time.
That's good stuff. Very interesting. Yeah, that's a lot of speculation. A lot of speculation with the why they're doing what they're doing, how they're doing what they're doing. Let's get more things up there. Let's get more things up there in space, and let's look at these things again. Let's see. I mean, they're probably going to blame it. Anything that you see extra up there right now, they'll probably blame on space debris or stuff that we put up in orbit that kind of broke apart or something like that. It's probably what they'll say. But if you've got stuff that's whizzing around, I don't know. I think it's fascinating. I think the plasma entities, if that's what they are, could be drones, could be things that just kind of, I mean, hell, we don't really understand space. We don't understand how, like, when you look at extremophiles, the little bacterias or little creatures that are present in like extremely inhospitable conditions, who's to say that there's not something that could kind of be up in low Earth orbit? I don't know. Yeah, space weed. Nice. He needs to get some basic definitions. What's consciousness? What constitutes intelligence? That's where I think the Joe Rogan interview is probably pretty good. They haven't released it yet. He did it like, I think 5-10 days ago, something like that. So we'll see when that airs. I hope it airs because that would be really cool just to see the discussion, see the back and forth, see Jamie, fact checking. I think it would be beneficial, but stars are stellar intelligence, and the planets are planetary intelligence. Interesting. Let's see here. But yeah, it reminds me too. The plasma, or they call them. Some people call them plasmoids, plasma beings. It's got me thinking of that movie Titan AE, where you had like the bad guys were hunting the protagonist, and they were like they were plasma creatures. They were like lightning creatures. Very interesting. Is that a Mormon type of idea? I don't know. Make sure you hit the follow and smash that thumbs up, peeps. Bacon, thumb, bacon, thumb, bacon, thumb. By the way, if you didn't see it, we have a beardament in. On Christmas, I wear beardaments, but I forgot. It's not a Smartie. It's a beardament. Got a pack of them. I forgot for Christmas celebration at the in-laws this weekend to put my beardaments in, and I'm sad about it. And I was going to wear them to work this morning, but I forgot them again. It's like, okay, well, I put a beardament in for a donation over there on Build. Thank you for the donation on Build. Let's see. Everything is made of cosmic consciousness. Kind of. Those were Smarties on a string. Oh, man. Guys, we have some good news that I just saw. Apparently, the Trump administration is considering a pardon for Snowden. Just saw this. Well, this was posted 6 hours ago, but I'm just seeing it. Gonna have to fact check this, but let's see. Is there anything to this? Let's go into the comments. Let's see. Oh, that guy, that person, Sarah Adams doesn't like Snowden. So, grain of salt with this, but possible. Donate $2 or more, and he'll put more in his beard. It's possible. Very possible. Let's see. Breaking. The Trump administration is in talks with former intelligence analyst Edward Snowden for total and complete pardon, as well as Snowden's return to the United States. These talks are reportedly being led by Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, a longtime advocate and supporter of clemency for Snowden, who exposed the fact that the NSA has been secretly spying on the communications of American citizens without probable cause for decades. After the passage of the Patriot Act in the post 9/11 area, they continued that, haven't they? The Patriot Act, or variations of it. Again, government gets power, they're not going to relinquish it. He's an American hero and a patriot who revealed the treasonous activity that our government has been engaging in against us in blatant violation of our Fourth Amendment rights. Well, we talked about that earlier. Tens of millions of us are totally in support of this. This would be perhaps President Trump's greatest act of clemency of all time. Pardon Snowden and bring him. Pardon Snowden and bring him home now. I'm inclined to agree with that. It'd be a good thing. Not sure the difference between Smarty and a beard mint. Beardament. Close though. Close, Neuro. All right. I'll probably have them all in tomorrow for the Dozered In DJ Hour Tuesday edition. I'll probably put them all in. I am going to be wearing them all day at work tomorrow. So, yes, we should be pardoning Snowden. God forbid he actually lets the American people are made aware of the violation of their rights. God forbid. I don't care how he did it, honestly. I don't. Needed to be done. We need more transparency. Sunlight is the best disinfectant, and we have a rotten, infected government at this time. And you know what? More sunlight. Bring it on. That's what I'd like to see. Let's see. Do I have anything else to share with you guys? Let's see here. Did you guys see Nicki Minaj at Amfest? I'm cool with it. She's throwing a lot of weight behind the conservative movement. She's got some serious backing, guys. Nicki Minaj. I'm cool with it. Here's a positive, good energy vibe right here. We'll probably wrap up on this, guys. It's almost midnight. Thank you so much for watching. Let's have a little positive energy here. 6-year-old with Down syndrome who loves Elf gets to meet a real-life Buddy the Elf. Absolutely wholesome. Guys, feel the positive energy.
William! Look!
Oh, you are adorable. You and me, let's go. You guys are in the Christmas.
What do you think? It's Buddy the Elf and Joey. Hi, Buddy the Elf. Buddy.
Well,
Buddy.
Well, you're buddy.
Thank you.
Okay.
Joey.
Oh, you guys are in the Christmas.
This is awesome. I'm glad they were able to do this for this kid.
What do you think? Buddy the Elf. Candy cane.
Can I hold it? Okay.
Okay. With you, yeah. Cheese.
William. William. Here.
Oh, I was
For mommy to
good.
Buddy the Elf.
Buddy you. Buddy the Elf.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Look in the eyes. Buddy the Elf is going bye-bye. He'll...
Aw, poor guy.
It's okay. Bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad. Oh.
I know.
Oh, he's mad. Only thing that fixed it's more Elf. That's cool. Some good energy right there, guys. Good energy. What's up, Lindy Rig? Good to see you, man. That was some positive energy right there, y'all. Very positive energy. You love to see it. Love to see it. Ooh, here's an interesting thing. I had never thought of this. But this might be reaching a little bit. This might be reaching, but here's a spin or an interpretation of Home Alone, the old man in Home Alone. They might be reading into it a little bit, but it is interesting. One more thing here, and then we'll wrap it up and raid out to some people. which we are going to raid because we raid hard.
Heard about Jesus in Home Alone?
The character.
No,
the,
like he's in Home Alone.
in it. He makes an appearance.
Symbolically. Old man Marley is the symbol of Jesus. The first time we see the old man, what is he doing?
He's salting the salt.
It is a beardament, Lindy Rig. I have a bag full of beardaments. I'll be wearing them tomorrow for the Dozer Den DJ Hour Tuesday edition because I missed Saturday. But this is a bag full of beardaments. I wear them for Christmas gatherings, which I screwed up and forgot on Saturday and Sunday. But I have more to go to. And I'll wear them at work tomorrow.
He's out serving the people. The second time he shows up is when Kevin's kind of doing this outward talking to himself, almost like a prayer, right? And he's saying, I'm not afraid anymore. Who shows up? Old man Marley shows up. He runs away because he's scared. That's rejection number 2. Now the third time, this is when it gets really good. The third time we see him, the old man shows up in the convenience store when Kevin's trying to buy the toothbrush. He is signaled by a bell, and the bell represents
an angel gets its wings.
So he's been symbolized with heavenly things. The old man shows up, puts his hand on top of the counter. We see a shot through
All right, this is reaching a little bit, but I kind of see it. Okay.
the glass of his palm.
Hold on.
Look at this.
Could this be? Why didn't I see this before? This changes everything.
We see his palm, bloody. Rejection number 3. Now it's becoming almost undeniable who Marley represents. The next time we see him, Kevin is in the church and he sees old man Marley. Now, this is so amazing. While the choir is singing Oh Holy Night, they sing Fall on Your Knees. What does the old man do? He stands up because he is to be worshipped. He is not the worshiper. Then there's a long beat. The choir says, oh, hear the angels' voices. And it's the first time the old man speaks in the film. And he says,
Merry Christmas.
They have this wonderful conversation that we'll talk about in a minute. But it ends with old man Marley shaking Kevin's hand. And we see a tight shot of a Band-Aid on the back of his hand. So now we've seen the front that's been damaged. And we see the back. So we know that he has been pierced through.
It's all true.
Now fast forward to the end of the movie. Kevin's called the cops.
I'm calling the cops.
He runs into the neighbor's house. He goes down into the basement. Here we see the hero's journey. Kevin is reborn. He literally runs through water and arises up, becoming a new creature. The bad guys catch him and they hang him. Another symbol. And who saves Kevin? Literally the savior of Kevin. And he represents Jesus in Home Alone. Now we go to the very end of the movie. Kevin's looking
A little bit of a Christ allegory, possibly, maybe.
through the window, through the falling snow, beautiful music, and we see old man Marley hugging his son. Earlier, from the conversation at the church, the old man is lamenting. He's saying,
I'm not welcome with my son.
now we have reconciliation with God and his children. That is the Christmas story. And this is one of the many, many reasons, dude, that I just love movies. Symbols and parables hidden in plain sight for all to see, and a filmmaker who uses that power for good. I think it's a beautiful thing. Jack. So what do you think, man?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
It's nice, Zane. It is a nice thought. Oh, have you?
It's interesting. I don't know. Maybe. Could be. We'll see. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Dozer Den. I'm going to go ahead and find somebody to raid here on Rumble. Who are we going to raid, guys? Who are we going to raid? By the way, if you haven't hit the like button yet, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't reposted the stream here on Rumble, click the repost. Helps the stream a little bit. Helps the channel a little bit, that is. Let's see. Who do we want to raid? I could raid Drew Hernandez, maybe. I haven't raided out to him, but he doesn't usually. You know what? Let's raid Camelot, the gayest creator on Rumble. I don't know how much longer he's going. I'm going to raid him. Let me see. Wait. Does he raid out, though? I don't know. See what they talk about. They're Camelot, Camelcast Christmas Monday, dating, Cope, Karen's, and holiday cheer. I don't know. Does Cody usually raid out or no? Nero, do you know? I don't think he does on Rumble. I usually like to send it out to people who are going to raid. Let's check. Anybody have a suggestion that they might want me to raid out to? I am open to suggestions. And yeah, good luck, JDL37. Rest well. Hopefully you're able to get some good rest in preparation for that. So, okay, so let's see. Oh, Jim's live. Good raid Jim Satala. Let's do that. All right. Let's do. Chat is pretty red tonight. Maybe tomorrow night we'll get a little bit more MAGA red. We'll see. Let's see who we're going to raid on pill.net. We'll do Hard News Network. Now we'll do cancel this podcast on pill.net. TR is off the deep end. Oh, man. All right, guys. We are going to play the Dozer Den theme song, and then I'll send y'all over after a couple minutes of it. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to smash the like button, follow, comment, repost, all those good things. All those good things. Let's rock.
Land of power, land of light, exceptional rage, endless fight, patriot bulldozer, leading the way, crushing all foes, making them pay.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central for a Tuesday edition of the Dozer Den DJ Hour. Y'all have a good one.